Combate Americas continues its California roll after dominating at Combate Reinas in Los Angeles. We head to NorCal, to the toughest little city in America, Stockton, California. Inside the Stockton Arena, a massive card, including a main event that will reshape things in the lightweight division. Bam Bam Velasco taking on Erick Sanchez. That is later tonight, and we'll get to all the particulars. But first, allow me to make the introductions. I am Max Bredos, alongside the Venezuelan vixen, Juliana Peña. And you know him, you love him, Campbell McLaren. I know you're pumped for this one, Campbell.
Oh, I can't wait for this. I keep saying, well, why are we bothering with this on-screen stuff? Let's go right to the fights. Just bring them up. That's what I want to see. Stockton, I'm told the places, folks are lining up, ready to get in. There's an energy in the room. You know, I love Miami. I love being here in the studio with you guys, but I kind of wish I was in Stockton.
That is a fact, and I'll say this, we got dressed up all night, so we wanted a little FaceTime. And Juliana, look, Stockton, California, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. This is a place that loves its MMA.
Fight capital of the world, Max. Stockton, California. The Diaz brothers put this place on the map. These people know fighting, and they're pumped to watch the fights here tonight.
And, of course, you know, Stockton, the home of the Stockton slap, where we don't even care, don't even respect you enough to pop you, so we just give you one of these. Stockton.
There may be a couple of those handed around the arena. We're going to get to the main event a little bit. We have a big night of fights, but Juliana, we begin with the co-main and the 125-pound division. It's illuminated in Combate Americas, and a couple guys looking to make an impression, including Jorge Calvo.
Combate Americas has the best flyweight division out there right now, period. And Jorge Calvo says he has fought some of the best fighters in the flyweight division that there is, and he's going to prove that against a UFC veteran, Hector Sandoval.
Hector Sandoval gets his opportunity, Campbell, and this guy, you can tell, that steely glare is all business.
Listen, Hector is a great ad for Combate, and I think we've got the best flyweight division in the world, bar none. There was a rumor around for a while that I was out to buy the flyweight division from the UFC, but that wasn't true because I didn't want the entire group. I knew who I wanted.
Wanted the creme de la creme, as they would say, and that's the co-main event, and these guys are ready to rock and roll ahead of that one. I know Sandoval's a guy that you've been keeping an eye on as well because he talks the talk and certainly walks the walk.
Right. We hand-selected Hector Sandoval. He has got ice in his veins, and he is not backing down whatsoever.
All right. So Stockton's ready, and I know Jen Sturger is ready. She is right alongside the Howler all evening. Hey, Jen.
Hey, guys. How's it going? Tonight feels so special. I can't even put it into words. So many of these fighters live within an hour of the arena, and so all their family and friends are out here to support them tonight. There just feels like a different kind of energy here. Like you said, Stockton is a fighting town, and these guys are ready to bring it tonight. So I cannot wait to see some of these fights. They're going to be really exciting. Thank you so much for having me on board with you tonight.
Oh, pleasure, Jen, and I know you're going to have a great view, and we're going to get right to it. We got 10 fights. We're live on DAZN. Let's get this party started. Joseph Kropschot facing Marcus Gaines in the middleweight division.
Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, prepárense. Esto es Combate Americas. From the Stockton Arena, ladies and gentlemen, we start an evening filled with much more action. With this bout set for 3 rounds in the middleweight division, iniciamos una noche llena de mucha más acción. Con este duelo pactado a 3 vueltas en la división peso medio. Los jueces son, the judges are, Michael Gingona, Wade Vieira, and Brant Philippi. Presentando la esquina azul, introducing the blue corner. Vestido de negro, con rojo, azul, y blanco, he steps into la jaula, wearing black with red, white, and blue. When he stepped on the scale, he weighed in at 183 3/4 pounds, su peso oficial. 183 libras y 3/4 en su 47º combate a nivel profesional. He enters la jaula in his 47th professional bout, fighting out of Dragon House, San Francisco, California, Marcus Gladiator Gaines. Across la jaula in the red corner, en la esquina roja, vestido de color azul. He steps in wearing the blue trunks. He weighed in at 185 3/4 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 185 libras y 3/4. With an undefeated pro record of 3 victories. Entra a la jaula invicto a nivel profesional con 3 victorias. Fighting out of Danville, California, Joseph Kropschot. Our referee, David Shirley.
Free your body, man. It's time to let those weapons go now. Just your last compartment, baby.
All right, guys, we went over the rules in the back. I expect a clean, good fight. Obey my commands. Defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now. Come out ready to bang.
Great to hear, as always, the best voice in any cage. Lupe Contreras, we go the head-to-head. These are 2 tall individuals. Kropschot 6'3", Gaines coming in at 6'2", almost identical reach. And it was Kropschot who met us right at the 185-pound limit.
Same height and weight, basically.
Certainly offers a very good matchup. There is Kropschot. He likes to keep the fights standing. And we mentioned the same height, same length. And we'll see how that runs its course here in our opening fight, live on DAZN. Combate Americas in Stockton. David Shirley, the 3rd man inside La Jaula. It is Gaines in the red, white, and blue trunks.
Keep those hands close, boys.
Going in for the clinch is Kropschot. And Marcus Gaines is loves to fight. Like we said, he already has over 46 professional fights, and he likes to put on a show. And he's trying to take out this up-and-comer Joseph Kropschot.
And Campbell, this is you have the 32-year-old guy who's got 45 fights, and then you have the 23-year-old making his Combate debut, just his 4th professional fight. So quite a contrast in experience.
Yeah, obviously the new guy, the younger fighter fits more what we're looking for in Combate. But, you know, Marcus is just great to watch. You know, I think what we're trying to find is the athletes are going to dominate the sport, you know, the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years from now. So obviously we're looking for youthful talent, but you know, you find a guy like Marcus, you put him in because he's exciting to watch.
That's really well said, and that's you know, you may overlook him, but everyone may think, hey, Kropschot here's to make his next step here, Juliana. But Gaines says, not on my watch. If I can beat him, then look, all eyes on me.
Gaines likes to put on a show, but Kropschot really, you can tell, has a beautiful distance control. He knows his distance very well. He keeps all of his punches long. All of his kicks are with authority, and all of his shots are super crisp and clean. He's got a great, great fight IQ, and you can tell that. He's not getting overzealous in his punches. He's not rushing. He's keeping his distance, keeping himself long, and really using his body, and it's great to see.
Yeah, and look at the variety. You got punches, you got knees, you got elbows.
Yeah, and coming from a team like the Scrap Pack with Gilbert Melendez and Kerry Melendez, all those guys over there, they're super tough, and their stand-up is, you know, some of the best out there.
Great group of fighters from that Northern California, San Francisco area, coming down a little bit. Danville is where Kropschot calls home. San Jose, another big fighting town, not far from us here in Stockton.
And every time he throws those knees and kicks, he's getting everything he wants. Beautiful takedown.
Excellent stuff, Kropschot, as it is Gaines in the guard, and Kropschot not satisfied. He's looking to clear it, and he has.
Yep, trying to settle into side control. Gaines needs to face his opponent, get an underhook, get off of his back, but looks like he's going to have a tough time doing that because Kropschot is right into side control, looking for knee on belly to go into mount, but he gets his guard back, Gaines. Almost, but back into side control is Kropschot.
And Campbell, you mentioned how Gaines is a guy who likes to fight and gets into it, but he is being outclassed, and Kropschot looks like he knows all the tricks.
Kropschot's been well trained. That's what I see when I look at this.
Absolutely, and great Gilbert Melendez in the El Nino Training Center. Now Kropschot, let's see if he can get closer to the finish. 2 minutes to go here in the opening round.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of offense coming out of Kropschot too. We saw kicks, we saw knees, we saw a lot. I didn't see a lot of power though.
That's a good. The power shots have not come here, Juliana, as he stays in that side control.
And sometimes you don't have to have so much power as long as you're peppering and keeping those shots continuously coming. Those are the shots that get in, and even though they don't have much power, they're continuous and they're accurate. And so it doesn't even necessarily, it's like kind of like the Diaz brothers. They're always peppering you in the face. They're not necessarily landing shots that'll knock you out, but eventually they will because they keep adding up and adding up and adding up.
No, that's right. Missed the first round. It was just something I noticed as I was looking at it. Those elbows look effective.
They're providing a little bit more vinegar here, as now he's trying to get that mountain. There he goes, Kropschot. This is, and now goes for the rear naked. He's done anything he's wanted to, and now a big decision. Doesn't really have it squarely in, though.
Giving up his back, Marcus Gaines did, but he gets his back to the mat so that he can save himself some extra time. But again, giving up his back, and that looks deep.
Yep, and Kropschot looking for that first round finish. Gaines was allowed to survive against Ozzy Alvarez, and by the end, dominated that fight. But now Kropschot in complete control.
Using the fence to get out of the full mount. Beautiful job done by Marcus Gaines to get back to his feet. And he's got 30 seconds to show us something.
Good left by Gaines. He looks very heavy right now, but maybe he just needs that second round to get some wind back in his sails.
Marcus Gaines in the clinch needs to jack at that underhook and get off of the jaula fence. Nice head position. He's almost there, but that underhook needs to be up at the ceiling. It's a little low.
Looks like we'll get to a second round.
You okay? You good?
Maybe a low blow there.
Right. Time in. Let's
Everyone
go.
good. Just a few seconds here before we complete round one. It'll remain on the feet, and there is the horn. Didn't see those power punches, and I wonder, the peppering away, we'll see, Campbell, if that starts to add up. But right now, certainly Gaines looks a little beat up, but he's still fighting.
Well, you can't blame the altitude of the Stockton's sea level.
It kind of feels like
But that's
the
what
fighter's reaction looks like we're at altitude.
Yeah.
Did you see that body shot, though, by Kropschot? Went to the body, went to the head, like, perfectly. He went body, head, answered with a 2. He's not just throwing one shot at a time. He's adding it up. I love it.
We look at fighters that are tired of Juliana, and sometimes you just get in to the fight, and whatever or however training went, you arrive inside the cage and you don't feel premium position. Has that happened to you in your past? You get in the cage, like, I just don't feel as good as I feel like I should feel.
I feel like when the adrenaline gets inside and you're literally in a do or die situation, you turn into this completely different person. You know, you kind of are telling yourself, I'm a killer. And so you got to do whatever you can, pull yourself up from the bootstrings, or do whatever is necessary in order to get this guy off of you and win in devastating fashion, and be that gladiator that, you know, people came to see.
Now Gaines looks lively. That second round bell made all the difference. That lead right hand connects on Kropschot. Different fight here in round 2, and Kropschot strikes, as Campbell touched on, not leaving a huge impression, not much behind those kicks.
Keep those hands closed, boys.
I think that Marcus Gaines has found a new life here in round 2, and he's like, I got to play my game and get on my horse, and I got to start getting in there and do what I know how to do. And I think that's what we're kind of seeing right now.
No rhyme or reason, Campbell, to some fights. Sometimes the first round you're not feeling it. Second round you got it.
Some guys have to be hit a couple times to come
to wake up.
It's a different Marcus Gaines. He misses with that right hand, although there was something behind it. Staying on the ground. Again, those kicks not making a mark from Kropschot. That one a little better.
And Kropschot literally flicks it up there. So athletic, such athleticism to literally just flick those head kicks up so easily. It's nice to see that he can just do it at will.
Kropschot now getting into the deeper end of the MMA pool against a spirited veteran in Marcus Gaines, who is feeling much better about his fight here in round 2, making contact on these punches.
Marcus coming in with some big left hooks, and they're heavy. You can see that they are literal power shots.
Short punches there. Kropschot's kick, nothing else, just to keep the range.
Both fighters jabbing. And that teep kick trying to keep him off, and Kropschot's using his kicks and his punches very well.
This looks a lot like the last time we saw Marcus Gaines. getting better as the fight goes on.
That left hook.
Kropschot's got to move his head. He needs some head movement here.
Yeah, it's a stationary target.
Yeah, he's just waiting to be punched.
Going for the takedown. Marcus Gaines back to his feet, but Kropschot wants to pull him back down to the mat.
He's trying to get that arm across the body. He is a brown belt, well-trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as you would expect in this part of the world.
Marcus Gaines needs to keep that chin tucked and face his opponent. He cannot afford to give up his back because Kropschot is looking for that rear naked choke. He was looking for it in round 1.
It kind of came out of nothing, but it's there.
It looks almost there if he can get his left shoulder blade.
Dropping the hips.
Oh, that's tight.
That's prime. Kropschot.
See if he can use those hamstrings to flatten out his opponent so he can sink in that choke a little more. Tap.
There's the tap. Kropschot persevering to get his first victory in Combate Americas. It wasn't easy, but in the end, the victor, the spoils.
The 23-year-old.
Yeah, here's what I saw, though. Kropschot, obviously a lot better on the ground, a lot better jiu-jitsu, really dominated there. Passed to Marcus' guard very easy. Anytime they went to the ground, it was Kropschot on top, from whatever angle. But I wasn't impressed by his power, and I think Marcus hurt him a couple times. I mean, good all around, and as I said, obviously well-trained coming out of the scrap pack.
And I think to Marcus's credit, he's a veteran and he is a dangerous guy. If you give him a little inch, he'll take it. And I think that he did everything that he could to stop Kropschot, but he just couldn't stop him. He was not going to be denied tonight.
And I think great points on both of your side with regards to Kropschot. Maybe he thinks, guys, I have the jiu-jitsu game. I will see if I can win a fight standing up, but in the event that doesn't happen, I'll go to the bread and butter. And here is the bread and butter. And Julian, he took the back, worked it well. He tried this in the first round, but he executed in round 2.
Yeah, Marcus snuck out of the round 1 by the hair of his chin, but Joseph Kropschot went right back to the well, went in for the rear naked choke again, knew that he had the advantage on the ground, tried to flatten out his opponent, but he didn't need to in the end because Marcus tapped. And you can see that it's pretty deep. He's grabbing his own bicep, he's behind the back of the head, or he's actually on top of the head, excuse me.
Not a bad backup plan, Campbell. If the jiu-jitsu, if the stand-up doesn't get it, then go to the jiu-jitsu. And there's the tap from Marcus Gaines. A good effort. He showed signs of life in round number 2. Kropschot able to take the back and take a big victory. And at this point, we look for bigger and better things from him as we move forward.
Damas y caballeros, la esquina roja aplica un estrangulamiento mata-león, obligando a su rival a darse por vencido con un tiempo oficial de 3 minutos 13 segundos del segundo capítulo. Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner sinks in a rear naked choke, forcing his opponent to tap with an official time of 3 minutes 13 seconds of round number 2. Your winner, by way of submission, el vencedor por sumisión, still undefeated, Joseph Kropschot.
Some homework to do, certainly, for Kropschot as he moves forward after his victory here. We're going from strength to strength, from one fight to the next. Michael Beast Mode Humphrey, Victor El Desperado Rico, next in a catchweight competition.
We continue with much more action this bout. 3 rounds at a catch weight of 150 pounds. Our judges are, los jueces son Brandon Saucedo, Brant Philippi, and Marcos Rosales. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner, presentando la esquina azul. Vestido de negro con rojo, azul y blanco. He steps in wearing blue with American red, white, and blue. He weighed in at an official 147 3/4 pounds. Su peso oficial, 147 libras y 3/4. En su segundo combate a nivel profesional, con récord de 1 derrota. He enters la jaula for the second time as a pro with a record of 1 defeat. Representing Team KSA, Sacramento, California, Beast Mode, Michael Humphrey. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, vestido de color verde, he steps in wearing the color green. He weighed in at 150 3/4 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 150 libras y 3/4, igual que su rival. Entra a la jaula de Combate Américas en busca de su primer victoria a nivel profesional, con un récord de 3 derrotas. He enters the jaula of Combate Américas looking for his pro victory with a record of 3 losses. Fighting out of Ridgecrest, California, Víctor, el Desperado Rico. Referee, Edward Collantes.
Good nicknames in this fight. Beast Mode and El Desperado.
Have you seen that movie, Desperado?
I have.
What is it about?
It's about a desperado. What the fuck? Well, jeez. Early in the night.
Lentz is behind us. It's okay. You're in the clear. All right, let's go to the tail of the tape.
Desperado, why don't you come to your senses?
Oh, that's my line. All right, so the height advantage to Humphrey by 2 inches as well via the reach. And it is Rico pushing at 150, hence the catch weight. And I would like to touch on what you said about these fights, Campbell. It's excellent context because they have so much at stake. They need to entertain. Can they pursue this profession a little bit longer? A win, yes. A loss, who knows? But so much at stake here, and the chance for entertainment is very big.
Are you ready? Fight!
All right, it is Rico in green.
AK Desperado.
Desperado, and we'll see if he comes to his senses.
Yeah.
So some impressive wings on his back.
I was gonna say there's a lot of ink in this fight.
A lot of.
Southpaw stands for Humphreys and a big head kick, which almost turned into a knee, which was almost flush. I mean, if it would have been a couple inches higher, it would have freaking knocked him out.
Little tight clinch there, although Rico getting some punches in.
Big knee for Humphrey and Rico.
This is great. Look, they're going for it.
This looks like a prison fight.
Yeah. No, these guys look like they're fighting in a phone booth. They got that whole Randy Couture dirty boxing thing going on in the clinch.
It's like, come to the yard. We're going to see El Desperado in beast mode.
Yes.
Hey, glad you could join us on DAZN. Thrilled to be alongside such fine company. Juliana Pena, Campbell McLaren, I am Max Bredos. Great 2019. It's going to get bigger. Big announcements coming, and we'll share some of those with you here shortly.
Beast mode with tons of volume. He's coming from all angles. But he needs to be a little bit careful because Rico, El Desperado's got some big, heavy hooks.
And that's a big, oh, that big short right. Rico going for the finish, unloading.
And he might be susceptible to getting knocked out, Humphreys. He needs to be careful. He's got to get his guard back or else he could get knocked out.
Humphreys dazed, the left hand caught him.
Oh. And this is a not good area. Humphrey needs to regain composure because, yeah, if I were you, I would suck onto that guy as tight as I can and get my senses back because having a big guy like that, like El Desperado on top of you is going to make you El Desperate, and you're going to need to freaking get out of there because you don't want a guy like that on top of you.
That's what we call,
bombs.
that's what we call Spanglish right there.
Spanglish.
All right, now he's looking to clear the guard, and Rico's fists, I mean, that woke up Humphrey in a hurry.
Yep.
It didn't even look like he had a lot behind it, Juliana, but it floored Humphrey.
I saw in the very beginning, a right hook of El Rico was money. Switching the position, changing from on his back into the guard. Humphrey beast mode with his own shots.
And he's cut Rico right between the eyebrows.
Rico is maybe looking to tie him up, swing out for an armbar or a triangle, but until then he's going to hold on to him so that Humphrey can't posture and rain down those heavy shots.
Humphrey just gave Rico a bloody unibrow.
His corner's telling him to posture up and throw down those bombs, and Rico's trying to get his guard back, looking for an ankle hook,
lock.
Ankle lock, heel hook.
These guys are emptying the chamber here.
Victor El Desperado's spinning in, doing the right thing, and now he's just going to lay his shots on. Looking to pass guard, trying to get that knee snuck in.
This is a point counterpoint between these two. Elbow from Humphrey coming down on Rico.
Rico should be less concerned with trying to pass and just more concerned with throwing those bombs.
Under 2 minutes to go. Campbell, you mentioned these fights tend to be entertaining. Exhibit A.
This is fun. This is fun.
Yeah, these local guys, they're doing the most.
You get a win here A win there, and all of a sudden you are in the middle of a card, and then who knows? It's a process.
The look on Humphrey's face is just always pure grimace the entire time, you know? He's really like straining really hard to get everything. And
he's really good with both hands, Rico.
Yeah, Rico, El Desperado's emptying out the chamber, looking to get a double if he can, but back to the feet. Big right hook. Look for the right hook for Rico.
Does he have that finishing blow, though? Humphrey's taken a lot.
Yeah, he can take a punch. But the point of a fight is to give punches.
Big knee.
Oh, that one dazed Humphrey. That could be it. It isn't.
Yep.
One punch too many. And the emotional overload as El Desperado. No need to come to his senses. He's victorious for the first time in his career.
I'm so happy for him. You know what? To fight a guy like Michael Beast Mode Humphrey, you know, and knowing that you're fighting a former champion, it can be intimidating. And this guy just walked right through everything that Humphreys gave him and just laid it all out there. He freaking emptied out the chamber and he knocked him out. Awesome job.
A win here. Now this is a guy who could maybe really get serious about getting and hitting his weight. Came in heavy for this. Now a win. Says, hey, I can get to 145.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Feliz Dia del Madre.
¿Cómo la quiero?
Oh, says
That's a nice sentiment.
How much I love you, Mom.
Yeah. That's nice.
It's going to be a nice Friday night for Desperado.
And it is a Mother's Day in Mexico. So
Yeah, it's a day earlier in Mexico.
Yeah,
It's
Feliz
Mother's
Dia de
Day
los
on
Madres.
this Friday, so felicidades a toda la madre en Mexico. And Canada. See us on the zone.
Canada. Where is that?
It's attached.
Oh, happy Mother's Day to all the mamacitas here.
Absolutely. Listen, I just want to put this out there right now. We need to build a wall, but we need to build it on the northern fucking border. I just really don't like
They're getting all uppity up there.
I just don't like those people.
Right hook is the shot that ended the night for Rico El Desperado. Literally, that right hook was money. And you could see that from the very beginning opening of the round. That right hook was landing flush every time, and it buckled the knees of Michael Beast Mode Humphrey every time. Here he's trying to get back to his feet, and it's that right hook again that sits him right back down.
Boom. Boom.
There.
Uppercut.
Oh, short, sweet.
Uppercut again, that Randy Couture style dirty boxing. Big knee, but it's the right hook, straight right, that sat Humphrey right back down to the howler mat.
That was a volume of punches. Eventually, Humphrey says, okay, I've had enough.
Here comes a big knee, and he eats it with a straight right. Short straight right was beautiful. I mean, I'll take a knee to the bread basket just to knock you out with the right hand all day.
Yeah, it's a setup.
It's a fair deal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like these guys are taking it just to give it, you know?
Take it to give it. It's a way to live. Hats on.
It's also Mexican style, right?
Yep. You got exactly, and that's what we're all about here on Combate Americas. Tolupe.
Concluye con un tiempo oficial de 4 minutos, 3 segundos del primer episodio, ladies and gentlemen. The action concludes with an official time of 4 minutes, 3 seconds of the opening stanza. Your winner, by way of KO, el vencedor por nocaut, el Desperado, Víctor Rico.
And a good ovation, and as Campbell touched on, a lot of these local fighters bring their fans. It's part of the package.
Great fight. I hope all the fights are like that. That was an exciting. That was an exciting, great fight.
Respect to both those guys, right? They came, they did what they set out to do. One went home with a win, the other didn't. But they did, you know, they put on a good fight. I'm glad you mentioned Randy Couture. I want to talk about him a little later.
He kind of invented that whole dirty style of boxing, fighting in a phone booth type style.
All right, Camilo Mejia, highly regarded prospect. Andreu Mendoza, Diablo, coming up next on Combate Stockton.
I saw a lot of good energy from both of us, and I expect a good explosive fight from both of us, for sure.
I didn't see much. It looked like he's game. That's all about that I saw. It looks like he's ready to fight.
Well, I'm well-rounded everywhere. I got a lot of experience in stand-up. I've had boxing fights, Muay Thai, MMA. I've also wrestled for my college, Cal State Northridge. So I just feel like I'm going to be more well-versed than he is.
I feel like I'm strong everywhere. I have a well-rounded game, strong ground game, strong striking. So I'm not really sure, you know, I feel like my whole game is strong.
Continuamos con mucha más acción. Este duelo, 3 vueltas en la división. Peso welter, ladies and gentlemen, we continue with much more action. This bout, 3 rounds in the welterweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are Wade Vieira, Michael Gingona, and Brandon Saucedo. Introducing first, the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing black with American red, white, and blue, presentando la esquina azul, vestido de negro con el tricolor estadounidense rojo, azul y blanco. Su peso oficial, 170 libras y un cuarto, his official weight, 170 1/4 pounds. En su segundo duelo dentro de la jaula de Combate Américas, con récord de 1 victoria. He enters la jaula in his second bout as a professional, with a record of 1 victory. Fighting out of Canyon County, California, Andreu, El Diablo Mendoza. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, igual que su rival, luce negro con el tricolor americano rojo, azul y blanco like his opponent. He wears black with American red, white, and blue. He weighed in at 170 3/4 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 170 libras y 3 cuartos. Esta noche, dentro de la jaula de Combate Américas, hace su debut profesional. Tonight, here at Stockton Arena, he is making his professional debut. Representing Team Scrap Pack and fighting out of El Niño Training Center, San Francisco, California, Camilo Mejia. Your referee, David Shirley.
Go get your money, homie. That's you, Camilo. Go get your money now. Let's go.
California State Athletic Commission.
Got a little Northern California versus Southern California here.
I expect a clean, good fight. Defend yourselves at all times. Obey my commands. Touch gloves. Come out ready to bang.
This is a fight that we've been very excited about. 2 players in the infancy of their careers. Mejia and Mendoza fighting there at 170 pounds. Mendoza at 6'3", 2 inches taller than Mejia, and he has a 1-inch reach advantage. And we saw Canyon County, California. That's in the Santa Clarita area of northwestern Los Angeles, and you certainly know where San Francisco is, which is where Mejia calls home. We're underway, and it is the red, white, and blue on the shorts of Mendoza and Diablo.
Both of these fighters making their Combate Americas debut, and since this is the second fighter coming out of that scrap pack, you can look to you can be sure that they are technically sound everywhere.
There it is.
Beautiful double leg blasted right out of a cannon. Mejia got the takedown. And due to injury, he hasn't been able to make his debut with us, but this is his debut, and we're excited to see what he can do.
And we were told vicious in jiu-jitsu, and we may see a little bit of that here, and certainly training with where he does, that skill set available.
And Andreu Mendoza, although he is on his back, he is a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, but his opponent, his fighter, Mejia, is also a purple belt. Back to the feet, though, both fighters.
Important for Mendoza to get back. Good-looking fight early on. A little give and take. Big kick there by Mejia. Finds his target. He's looking to take it down again.
Tricky left hook straight to the clinch, looking for the takedown again as Mejia. Mendoza's got double unders, though. Oh no, he had 1 over 1 under, and he got the takedown with a body lock. Beautiful takedown, gorgeous takedown, inside trip.
What are you looking for here, Campbell? 2 guys early in their MMA career. There's going to be some nerves, certainly.
Yeah, I mean, we're watching this closely. Mejia obviously is the one the team's a little bit hotter on. Let's see how this pays out, you know? These guys are babies, they're puppies.
Mendoza has the back. He's looking to strike on Mejia, but Mejia gets back to the feet, looking to lock up a Kimura.
Yep, there it is, working on it.
And he's reversing it, Mendoza was, and they're back to the center of the jaula.
Mendoza responds well to adversity, although now he's going to have to do it again. And he's probably heard all the hullabaloo about the potential of Camilo Mejia, and he says, why not me?
Mejia back to the well with that double leg blast double. Beautiful takedown.
Look, I'm seeing Mejia doesn't want to stand up. He wants to go to the ground.
Yep.
Stick to what you know.
Yeah. I mean, he's not even trying to stand up.
No, he's just using it to set up his takedowns.
But we know Combate Americas is a stand-up organization.
That's how you impress the boss, yo.
No pun intended. Looking to...
I'll drop a pun in a heartbeat.
Looking to get a triangle if he can do it. Let's see if he can. Nope, but he uses it to get back to his feet. But big, heavy shots from Mejia. Facing his opponent, jacking up that underhook is Mendoza. Beautiful head position, looking for his own takedown now.
And again, it's point counterpoint here. And now up against, with his back to the fence, is Mejia, and it shows up, at least for a moment, throwing some punches with that lead right.
But again, he's just doing it to get into the clinch so that he can go for the takedown.
With the punch.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing if you can get the takedown. This isn't necessarily resting position, though. You want to be able to get in there, get in that takedown as fast as possible, and boom, got sat right on his butt from Mendoza.
And Mendoza, really interesting story. His father, he got his nickname from that. His father no longer with us. Was, according to Mendoza, a gangbanger. Was a little disappointed. Sometimes had to see his dad in jail.
Taking the back, Mendoza looking to get his rear naked choke and punching to open that up. If he can, gets a hook. Beautiful job. Gets that rear naked choke almost, but he's over the chin. He's not got it quite yet.
Yeah, that's not going to work. But I'm impressed he's going for it.
Yeah, you might see him try to sneak into mount here.
Mendoza's had to respond to adversity, and he's gonna, every time I say it, there's more of it.
He gets reversed. Mejia on top, gets out of that rear naked choke attempt, looking to suck up a triangle as Mendoza, but he cannot. And
this flying now again, Mejia on the higher ground.
Mejia with big, huge shots from top. And this has just been a back and forth, both men back and forth on the positioning.
Haven't seen a submission attempt from either. Mendoza, by the way, trained by Gabe Rudiger, a name I think many people remember during his fighting days.
I want to say that was The Ultimate Fighter Season 5, but I could be wrong. Yeah. He was definitely on The Ultimate Fighter, because if you watch that show, you can't forget Gabe Rudiger.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave it at
that. All right, we're about to complete round one, and both fighters showing their moments. There's the horn as we'll get to a round two. Let's see if there's an opening for one of these two fighters. They're both prying around looking for it. Let's see who has that killer instinct here.
Mendoza had a punch that just sat Mejia straight on his butt, and I'd like to see him go back to that. If he can avoid that takedown, Mejia is straight, all business. He throws his punches to get straight back into the blast double. So he's using his punches to set up his takedown. So if Mendoza can avoid that, make the adjustments here coming out into round two, he might be able to knock out Mejia because, again, like I said, that punch sat Mejia right on his butt.
Yeah, it seemed like he's his chin and his button was a little bit kind of easily pushed. Definitely. That was a hard punch, though.
It was, and you can tell that the striking is definitely where Mendoza is going to find the advantage.
We'll see if Mejia goes that direction here.
Although he did have a rear naked choke attempt as well.
Hard to see who had the edge there, but I think Mendoza's got to be happy about the way he responded.
Yeah, he had a rear naked choke attempt and he got reversed, but he needs to defend this takedown.
Mejia gets underground, looking to take down again.
Yeah, that's his weakness in this fight. He can't do anything to really put off the takedown. He's not able to make it dangerous for Mejia to take him down.
High crotch single leg from Mejia, beautifully executed takedown.
And now Mejia can drop some elbows.
And Mendoza back to his feet, nicely done. And he needs to keep the distance here. Be careful not to get too wild with the strikes because he knows, there you go, he wants to get into that clinch.
He kept a good distance. Mejia, though, will relinquish it.
Nicely done by Mendoza.
There's an opportunity for Mendoza.
you can't get overly excited with your punches because you know Mejia wants to close the distance and get that takedown, so you got to be cautious in how you strike.
Yeah, but he's also got to make it dangerous for him to come in on him.
You're so true.
He needs to know that there's going to be pain involved and it's dangerous in that territory.
You're right. And
Royce Gracie always talked about that as being the dangerous territory for a jiu-jitsu guy. He's got that 2 or 3 feet that he's got to own.
Well, there he goes. He tried to. Big drop right on the lower back.
That was a big takedown again. Mejia has shown over and over that he knows how to blast double anybody through a brick wall. And he does that very good, very beautifully, I should say, very beautifully executed. But what can he do with it? Looking to pass into side control, but it just helps Mendoza get back to the feet. Grabs an underhook, walks to his underhook side and reverses Mejia and separates. Beautiful.
Look, I like both these guys. I think they're putting on a good show, and I think they both have a lot of heart, but I don't think they're well-rounded. I think they're missing some elements of their game here.
This is the time to discover some of them. And here is Mendoza back on his feet, and again, leaving those openings.
Mendoza steps a takedown and looks for his own takedown with a body lock. He needs to pull him off of the jaula.
Mendoza, some knees right into that leg. That's not going to feel good.
Mendoza protecting his head. Big giant
That'll
knee.
work.
That was a good one. And defends a takedown again. Here comes a takedown of his own outside trip.
He does it. That's promising
Gorgeous.
stuff.
It's one of my favorite takedowns.
Sweep the leg.
Wanting to take the back, he can't.
Oh, another big knee.
Answers with a big knee, like you said. Ooh, another one. Those are hard knees. Oh, 3 right in a row.
So tie clinching, more striking here. Mendoza's looking much better here as round number 2 unfurls.
Mejia got smart. He didn't let Mendoza control the posture of his head, and he got his head position back, and he backed out of that 4th knee that was coming.
Changing stances. As the book on Mendoza, he can go orthodox, he can go southpaw. We've seen a little bit of both. Let's see the volume of strikes if they can pick up.
Mendoza needs to keep this fight standing. That's where he's finding the most success.
And a little less venom in Mejia, although that was a good strike.
Mendoza switching stances. He's in the southpaw stance. Right
Mendoza
hook.
seeming growing with confidence here.
They're looking a little tired, though.
Definitely.
Are we sure? Are you sure we're not like at altitude? Are we like in La Paz,
Mexico
Bolivia?
City.
Yeah.
Mejia does a really good job of using his strikes to set up his takedowns. He always is using his strikes to get into the clinch. And, you know, sometimes that's hard to do against a fighter who's on his bike and running around the whole time. So I like that he's being successful in that. I would like to see him.
There's more punches. Single leg, though.
Leg.
The takedowns have disappeared here for Mejia, and that is his MO. Lurched over.
And I think that is so tiring to try to continuously take somebody down over and over again.
You know, to be so early in their careers, these guys are both showing a lot of maturity. They're thinking in there. They're thinking in there.
It's kind of like a game of chess sometimes.
Yeah. No, I don't know if this is a great fight, but it's an interesting fight.
Mendoza with a little more experience. He has 3 fights. He's 2-1. This is the pro debut for Mejia, and it certainly shows at times. How does he handle the adversity? Things not going his way in round 2.
Mendoza needs to initiate the strikes. He needs to be first. It looks like he's waiting to counter. Looks like he's waiting to get his shots off. He needs to quit giving that respect and get right in his face with his strikes. He is the taller party.
I think that's exactly right. He's punching downhill.
And go to the 3rd round and looking to do some more punching downhill and enjoy the ride.
These are both 2 rounds that I would not want to judge.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I don't know what I would do if I was judging this, you know? I mean, you could make a case either way.
Here at Stockton Arena, they have one more to go. This is the 3rd and final round.
Look, I gotta, fucking advance for these guys here. I'm the judge they need to impress. That's just the truth.
That is Tabernacle.
I would be pumped up if Lechona was playing while I was in the ring.
That would get you going?
On the octagon, yeah.
I taught Juliana a little merengue last night.
Yep.
Right.
On our team dinner, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Why wasn't I invited to that?
You were in South Beach.
Yeah, you didn't want to be
South Beach
schlepping
is
with
nice.
us, too.
Yeah.
I do like
Look,
South
look, see,
Beach.
he's jamming to La Chona.
There you go.
I
Yeah,
told you.
it
I
worked.
told you.
It worked.
Mendoza got a second wind.
I think he's thinking, I'm going to come out to that song and maybe leave Motorhead behind, because it didn't quite do the job. We're in round 3 now.
Okay, see, now there's a little bit of mustard on those punches from
'Cause of the
Mendoza.
music?
Yeah, I think so.
It seems, Julian, you tell me, it seems like the punches do better. The kicks you kind of see coming from Mendoza.
Yeah, he's
Mejia.
That was a big one. That bopped his head right back.
I'm guessing that came right from the corner. He goes, set it up with the kicks, and it did.
Yeah, it got the clinch, but a big, huge elbow over the top from Mendoza. Nicely done to get out of that clinch. You know that Mejia wants the clinch, so you got to get out of there.
Changing stances have made some uncomfortability here for Mejia, and now they engage.
Nice head position from Mendoza, almost. There we go. Pull that single. His corner is yelling at him, desperately screaming.
And he's listening. Yeah, at the very least, whether it's the right advice or not, I don't know. But when you listen to the corner, I think it shows a fighter who is listening.
Blast double from Mejia. That's 2 points in the wrestling world. His back is to the howler mat. El piso, the floor.
How many takedowns has he had in this fight?
About 4 or 5. Here's going for a triangle, and if he can, he'll probably switch it to a, there he goes, going to switch it to an omoplata.
Well, we can't see because the ref. Would he get out of my way?
Ooh, big head kick from Mejia. Nicely done. Active, active, active. Mejia is active.
Your favorite ref, Raul Parata, not on the card tonight, Campbell.
Yeah, that's right. I have no comment.
Well, we'll see him soon enough.
Yeah.
All right. Short quarters. Looping right hand from Mendoza. Everything to fight for in this 3rd round. You said you wouldn't want to be a judge here. Campbell says I'm the one to impress. Either fighter one step above the other. Juliana?
I think Mejia, because he's got more takedowns.
Campbell?
I would love to have them both back. They want to see them again. This is good. This is great.
The question is who's coming in with a victory. Their first Combate victory, which carries so much weight, sets the foundation for a good career here. We've seen so many fighters get that first win, and then they move right where they want to be, and then they can come to the boss's office and say, I want to be a main, co-main.
And you can tell they got the draw. I mean, a lot of people here in the crowd were from Mejia. He's not too far away.
It's a long way from home for Mendoza, technically from Canyon County / Sylmar. Went to Cal State Northridge, got a BA in sociology.
Love that.
I think you see that a lot with fighters. They're such compelling figures.
I love that they always will have a backup plan to fall back on just in case. It's great.
And it's a tough business. Again, the change of the stance going southpaw into the body of Mejia. It's going to be a tough one to call with 2 minutes to go, heading towards completion. Oh, maybe one of the better strikes of the fight from Mejia. Firm with the kick.
It's a slapping head kick from Mejia. And at this point, it's who wants it.
It's been a stand-up 3rd round. Mendoza with some combinations.
Great 3-piece combo. That uppercut woke him up, popped his head back like a Pez dispenser, and he answers for it.
Takedown number 88.
Yeah. Mejia with the blast double again. Mendoza needs to get back to his feet, improve his position.
Well, Mendoza's been good at getting back to his feet, but this is late in the game.
Definitely.
What's the thought process, Julian? You're on your back. You go, how do I get up, and how do you catalog things in your head to compete this?
Scramble, 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 scramble.
Maybe not too much thinking. Just do it.
Yeah, you gotta move. You gotta move.
I think it's off the blood. Not sure where the blood's coming from.
Trying to hand fight.
I think it's on
Mejia.
Yeah.
Looking for the hand fight, trying to get those hips out. Mendoza can't though. That clinch body lock, gable grip on.
Again, Mendoza's out of the tight bind.
And he's gonna jack at that underhook. Looked for a judo takedown, but got reversed. Right into side control is Mejia, and this is where he can find more success. Beautifully done by Mendoza to get back to his feet, but he's at a
Maybe in the guillotine.
Dangerous position in a head and arm guillotine.
Oh, yeah, there's a right above the left eye. One of those elbows of Mendoza lit up Mejia. Not only is there blood, but heavy swelling.
Swollen eye.
Mendoza is totally fine here. If he can drop that shoulder and get that shoulder pressure into the chin of Mejia, he'll be fine. Because right now he's in a guillotine, but he's still fighting.
A little baby raton on that left eye.
Baby
of Mejia.
raton, that's a big raton.
That's it, and now you leave it to the judges. And this one is going to be tight like a tiger. Look at that thing swell up.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, that thing popped up out of nowhere.
If it went any longer, this is where the doctor probably comes in, Campbell, and take a look at that and see if he can continue, because that eye is closing.
It's closing,
They need to put that end swell on ASAP. Oh my gosh.
You know,
get that towel away. Where's the end swell?
I had a conversation with Joe Silva, who, I know you two know who he is. And fans at home.
Famous matchmaker, yeah.
Famous matchmaker from the UFC. Started out as my assistant, and you know, back in the day, you know, back UFC 1, 2, 3, etc. And Joe said he thought Combate was kind of a better setup than the UFC because...
That's high praise.
He said, you're starting over. You get to sort of define everything. Like the UFC has been around, and so people need to fit into the UFC. And Joe said, with Combate, you can write the rules in the sense that you can decide what you want and go for that and emphasize that. And it's a way to start afresh. And I think that's right. And I think these two fighters speak to that. Who do we want to represent Combate? What's the style we're looking for? You know, how is this going to work? How do we define what the next generation of MMA looks like? You know, it's a really interesting thing, you know. People, I love the UFC. Everybody knows I love the UFC. But it is not the only type of MMA out there. And I think Combate's is different, and I think it looks different, and I think it's because we are picking and choosing the athletes that are going to dominate the sport for the next 3, 4, 5 years, longer.
I think that's liberating for the fighters, which is great business, because happy fighters make happy promotions. Hey, I watch UFC, I watch Bellator, I love watching it all, but it's like different things it's a different match for those fights, and they give you different things as well, and Combate unique in what it offers, as well as we see the highlights and try and find out exactly where that welt came about.
I have to say, I think that Combate Americas is a breath of fresh air. It's a fresh thing. It's new. It's what's happening now. There's getting so much attention, and it's the up-and-coming promotion that everybody wants to be a part of. And both of these fighters making their debut, I know that that was a tough matchup for both of them to be making their debut against, you know, such a tough opponent. But
that was a Joe Silva style matchup.
Yeah, what a compliment though from former assistant and famous matchmaker UFC Joe Silva.
Ladies and gentlemen, after going all 3 rounds, the official scorecard reads as follows. Judge Saucedo scores about 29-28 in favor of Mendoza. El juez Saucedo anotó 29-28 a favor de Mendoza. El juez Gingona 29-28 a favor de Mejia. Judge Gingona scores it 29-28 in favor of Mejia. And Judge Vieira turns a scorecard of 29-28. El juez Vieira anotó 29-28 a favor del ganador por decisión dividida in favor of the winner by way of split decision. In his pro debut, Camilo Mejia.
Changed the look on his face very quickly. Always good drama when they would never mention the two judges that go 29-28.
That was a good moment. And Diablo, listen, amigo, don't leave it to the judges, because that's what happens. I think that was the right call, though.
All right, coming up, we're going big. Real big. Heavyweights, a division Combate Americas.
I didn't even know we had that.
Eduardo Perez, Giovanni Sarran. That's next.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with much more action this bout. 3 rounds in the heavyweight division. Los jueces, the judges, Marcos Rosales, Michael Gingona, and Brant Philippi. Presenting first, the fighter in the blue corner, presentando la esquina azul, vestido de color negro, he enters la jaula, dressed in black. His official weight, 218 1/4 pounds, su peso oficial, 218 libras y 1/4. En su noveno combate a nivel profesional, con récord de 5 victorias y 3 derrotas. He enters la jaula in his 9th bout as a pro, with a record of 5 victories and 3 losses. Fighting out of Palmdale, California, Giovanni Bam Bam Sarran. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, vestido de color verde, he steps in wearing the green trunks. He weighed in officially at 265 1/4 pounds. Detuvo la báscula oficialmente a 265 libras y 1/4. Y entra a la jaula de Combate Américas, invicto en 2 combates profesionales. He enters la jaula undefeated as a pro, with a record of 2 victories. Hailing from San Jose, and now fighting out of Berkeley, California, the Boogeyman, Eduardo Perez.
Well supported.
Our referee, Edward Collantes.
Gentlemen, you received your instructions in the dressing room. Want to remind you to obey my commands at all times and to protect yourself at all times. Want to touch gloves? Touch them now. Let's go.
I'll point out the
head-to-head. This wasn't head-to-head, by the way. It was head over head.
He's like 9 inches taller, Eduardo Perez. Just 5 inches via the reach, though, and about 50 pounds. 40 pounds. My math's terrible.
I immediately think of the matchup Eduardo Perez versus Goliath.
Yeah.
When I saw that, when I saw those guys head-to-head right there, I was like, this guy needs to be fighting Goliath.
Goliath down there in Guadalajara is one thing, but you pointed out, Perez is trained with Daniel Cormier and Cain Velasquez. Those guys don't let just anybody get on a mat or a cage with them unless they have a good amount of skill and talent. They train with them for a reason.
That's it. That's a world-class gym. Those guys are serious.
Giovanni Bam Bam.
Not that I don't think Bam Bam's serious. He's got real recognized real.
Perez got some good footwork.
Look at those heavy shots.
He's got some good hands.
He's got to get out of there because those are some big, heavy shots coming.
Ooh, whoa. You just got to worry about emptying the tank. Otherwise, good feet, good hands.
Get out of there. Get out of there.
He says, bring it. The fists start to fly. And it is on the back pedal, Sarran.
Bam Bam in the black, getting stalked by Perez in the green.
As a boxer, I mean, just if you envisioned a legit boxer, Canelo Alvarez, that footwork kind of matches up.
Beautiful job by Bam Bam to get out of the way of that big, huge, heavy leg kick coming from Perez. He needs to get out of there, though. Circle off the fence. Up against the jaula is not where you want to be when a big, huge guy like this is coming after you, especially as a heavyweight.
Oof, good hand. We were told he's very agile.
Yeah, because these punches are slow, but they're hard.
Yeah.
That's a big hand.
Bam Bam's got to find a way to get inside on this guy. He's got to be able to do some Mike Tyson or even Daniel Cormier type of athleticism to get inside on the chin of Perez.
265 pounds, 6'5" tall. And obviously well-trained as a boxer. He's like, it may look soft, but it's hard.
He literally was like, bring it on.
Oh, that's the best punch yet. Straight left.
Straight jab, popped his head back like a Pez dispenser, and he is all over him.
And now Sarran's getting even smaller, going back into a hole. Sarran 5-3. He's got a good record, but he is running into just a freak of nature here. Big, tall, with skills.
And Perez is just unloading the chamber when he gets the opportunity, and it's going to be a fast night if he continues to do that.
Big overhead right, best that Sarran has been able to do thus far. He was supposed to make Sarran make his debut in Monterrey against Mike Villarreal, who fought Goliath.
Perez, he moves very well. You know, he's a big guy, but he's pretty athletic.
Big knee. This is a hard target. Doesn't have to move his head because it's a long reach to get there. Sarran continues to backpedal.
Perez just gives no respect to Sarran. He's walking right through all of his punches.
Now looking for that first underhook.
Oh yeah, and
rights and lefts. Sarran only can go to the body.
I was gonna say about Bam Bam Sarran, he had a full ride scholarship to Iowa University, but he got into trouble and went straight to jail right out of high school. He's kind of got that gangster type mentality. I love how he blocked both of those knees though, and he's still in it. Like Campbell said, real recognizes real. He's recognizing him, but it's gonna take a lot more than that to put this guy away, because he's got that street thug mentality, and he's not gonna give up until he gets freaking virtually killed in there. But of course the ref would never let him.
And Campbell, we exalting Perez, but we got to see that power punch. The guy that size, you got to make one that means it.
Yeah, well, JP is right. You know, I'm seeing the same thing. It's Sarran's got to do something. He's surviving, but that's not how you win.
Nope, he's got to get inside on this guy, but Perez is just so tall and stalking him.
That knee got through. Left hand, right. Good chin on Sarran, but
beautiful chin on Sarran, and I think that comes from his boxing career. Nice jab. That jab snuck in there. That was a great punch by Sarran. Big left hook. Met with a straight two and another straight two, and Bam Bam says, "What's up?"
Yeah, well, he gave him a target.
That's what you got.
Nice, and I love his head movement. You know, he is getting hit with some shots, but he's doing a really good job of bobbing and weaving. Ooh, uppercut, left uppercut.
Sarran looking to get on the inside railing here if he can.
Body.
Kick of the lead leg. Ooh. Perez from Northern California. Sarran
he's just showing off now.
Nice. Great. I love when heavyweights go to round two.
You know, something we don't hear too often. Get to the heavyweights to round two. Who knows what could happen? And we'll see. Perez, you wonder about the fitness. He looks okay. A little breathing out of the mouth, but to be expected.
Look at the blood. Sarran drew blood from our boogeyman. Bam Bam versus boogeyman.
Here we go, round two. Perez upright, looks okay. Again, Sarran looking to get inside. Jab, jab, jab.
Sarran's doing a good job of always having his head offline. You know, he's never a stationary target with his head. He's got great head movement. And, you know, as far as damage goes, he's barely got a scratch on him, whereas Perez got that lip that was all bloody, actually drew blood. Oh, big knee, big knee.
Knees.
Big left, right hook.
That's good.
Excuse me.
Perez, all of those connecting.
Right to the body.
Knees are working.
Flying knee.
Oh, but then Sarran bounces back.
Sarran with his own shots, and this is where he's going to find his success. You got to get inside on a big guy like this.
Put easily into that one underhook. Did you mention the Taibo connection to Sarran yet?
Oh, yeah, no, Taibo. Sarran got his start in martial arts from Taibo, Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks makes the show.
Isn't that true of Dana White as well?
Well, I don't know. Sounds like it could be.
I remember my mama in the early 90s doing that Taibo. I remember that. Looking to his corner for advice. Sarran trying to get his guard back. He needs an underhook.
You know, we're on the ground. Sarran did have a wrestling scholarship to study in Iowa. Iowa, very well regarded.
You know, I wouldn't want this guy sitting on my chest.
I think it's over.
No, that's a lot of weight.
It's got to be over. He's huge in a good way. Like, this guy's using his size correctly.
A whole lot of humanity down there, and there is blood around the right eye of Perez, so Sarran did find a way in.
Nicely done. Trying to get back to his feet, but Perez says, sit down.
This is where he could do a lot of damage. That's a lot of weight. Right in front of our Spanish broadcast team.
Blood coming from the ear of Perez, and I don't know if it's his blood or if it's Bam Bam's blood.
That's Perez right over that right eye. Hanging on.
Sarran's not going down without a fight, and he's doing a good job. He's been able to draw blood from Perez multiple times. I like that.
Looking for the heavyweights here at Combate Americas, and who can deliver the goods here.
And Perez is such a big force to be reckoned with. You don't want a guy like that on top of you, raining down punches.
And elbows.
The guard of Bam Bam is wide open. If Perez wanted to pass his guard, he easily could and get right back into that mount where he had a good advantage.
And Sarran may be hoping to take this as far as he can, assuming, as many would, that a man this size would eventually get tired, although so far he's looking pretty well maintained.
Not yet.
Nicely done, inside control. What's great about Perez is that he didn't need to pass his guard to get the advantage. He could bust him up from guard, and now he
the
worked
guard
his way
wasn't
to
effective in any way. It wasn't helping him.
It wasn't in the threat at all, and worked into mount, and now he has back mount, taking the back, Perez. Nice wrist control on the left side, looking to sneak in his own rear naked choke. Trying to soften him up so he can get his chin up higher. Boom.
All right, now in the back, doesn't nowhere near getting a choke. There he gives it a shot.
Sarran needs to break that figure four triangle, either that or just spin out as fast as he can like an alligator to reverse his position.
The alligator reverse spin.
There it is. See what I'm talking? There it is. That's exactly what I...
And he's got a minute to work here.
Nostradamus over here.
You got a new nickname. Drop Venezuela Vixen. Juliana Nostradamus.
Yes, Bam Bam. Settle your position, Bam Bam.
SoCal getting on top of NorCal here.
Settle your position, Bam Bam. Get that hook in, Bam Bam. Oh.
Crowd going crazy. They love this.
Real recognizes real. Get that hook in. Yes, taking the back, Bam Bam. Reversing his position. Yeah. Gets on top. Going for north-south choke, looks like.
All right, how about that?
Dropping that shoulder.
And he's got it locked in. Nowhere to go for Perez.
Oh, my God!
He tapped him out!
Yeah, real recognizes real.
I'm so happy.
Oh, I think we're all rooting for him.
Oh, my God. North, south. Oh, my God.
Real recognizes real.
Oh,
what
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Alberto loves this, too.
All heart.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm so happy for him.
Afro, bonus that guy.
I love you, Mom.
Mike, bonus that guy.
Straight.
Yes.
From what's got the messaging.
You can't count a guy like this out.
No,
I said you cannot count a guy like this out. He's got that DC body stocky type, and you get a guy that big, he gets tired. If you can weather the storm, like I said, if you can weather that storm, then you can do anything.
The Venezuelan Notre Dame saw this one coming. She called every part of this fight. You know?
Oh, he's got his kids there, and, and there come the tears.
Oh, I'm so happy for him. Here we go. Rear naked choke. Attempt from Perez.
You called it, Pena.
Yeah, he's going to alligator roll right to the top, reverse his position. 1, 2, 3, reverse. Got on top. And I love this. He didn't get too excited. He settles in that north-south choke.
I believe
he's going to clasp his hands here.
The north-south choke.
Have we seen one of those in Combate before?
I have not.
I don't remember one.
But I love that. That is beautiful.
Oh, Perez has got to be hugely disappointed as he had everything going on this fight. Sarran bought his time. And from the jaws of defeat.
Awesome. Yes. Afro. But I do want to see Perez come back and fight Goliath. We got to bring Goliath up or take Perez down there, let them beat the shit out of each other.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so happy. Look at him with the little beanie baby.
This is great.
That's the quote of the night. Let's go to Lupe Contreras.
35 segundos del segundo episodio, ladies and gentlemen, the official time. 4 minutes, 35 seconds of round number 2. El vencedor por sumisión, your winner by way of submission. Give it up for Giovanni. Bam Bam Sarran.
That's not all, folks. This is the first Bam Bam we have of the night, but there will be a second.
Not yet, but coming very soon. Next up, it's Baby Ray Cervera, and he will fight Samuel the Alley Cat Alvarez. That's next.
Este combate 3 vueltas a un peso pactado a 160 libras. Los jueces: Brandon Saucedo, Marcos Rosales y Maiko Gingona. Presentando la esquina azul, vestido de azul con blanco, su peso oficial 161 libras. En su 19º combate a nivel profesional, con 9 victorias y 9 derrotas. De Bakersfield, California, Baby Ray Cervera. En la esquina roja, vestido de color verde, su peso oficial 160 libras y media. En su 7º combate a nivel profesional, con 3 victorias y 3 derrotas. Repping the 209, Manteca, California, Samuel Alley Cat Alvarez. El referee, David Shirley.
Fighter center. Fighter center. All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. I expect a clean, good fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands. Touch gloves now. Come out ready to bang.
Come out ready to bang. That's what we like it. All right, head to guys. Early on in their career, 2-inch height advantage for Baby Ray. Pardon me, for the Alley Cat. And he also has a 4-inch reach advantage.
Oh, just kidding. Fighter, you ready? Fighter, you ready? Let's go.
All right, no more kidding around. Let's get into it. All right, round 1. It is Baby Ray Cervera in the blue.
Alvarez in the green. The Alley Cat.
The Alley Cat hunting.
The Alley Cat switching stances, going from orthodox to southpaw. Stalking Cervera early.
This is a catch weight, 160 pounds. Alley Cat from Manteca, California. So this is Northern California versus Central. Even that left arm hanging out. Cervera coming upstairs.
Coming upstairs with a head kick saying, get away from me. Straight left hand right down the pipe for Alvarez. Going to the body.
Oh, the chin.
Buckled him.
Alley Cat. Oh, again. Cervera got a heck of a chin. He took 2 punches, relatively unfazed, hanging on now.
The Alley Cat coming out of the gutters, just striking.
That is good stuff there, Peña.
Nice knee, nice knee again. Here comes another if he can help it. Big elbow over the top. Here comes another knee from the other side.
2 punches and 2 knees that hit him square on the chin.
Oh, nope, looking to take the back instead.
Oh, unloading, got to defend himself. Alley Cat, different level fighter in this opening round.
Yes, definitely.
Looking for the rear naked choke. The Alley Cat being vicious. I would say more like
he's
a tiger.
going upstairs, going
rear
to
naked
some
choke. That's
mountaineering.
Deep. That is deep. It's
and
over.
A tap. Alley Cat rising above. He's not going to be a stray much longer. 1-0 in Combate. First round finish of the night.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I love you guys. Gotta see you tomorrow.
Didn't really get in from the Gracie Fighting Gym in Manteca.
Perfect fight.
Single father, got a couple kids. They're going to be very happy when dad comes home.
Sank in that rear naked choke like he had it with authority. Nicely done. Both fighters show great sportsmanship between the two. Nicely done. And it was that left hook that buckled Cervera right in the beginning, opening segments. He's happy.
I'm texting with Micah Framowitz, who you see on
there
screen.
Is the back.
And I said, why did we put up on the screen a 7-fight losing streak. I go, why do you put that on there? Mike just texts me back. He goes, 8's a charm.
That Aframwitz can turn a phrase. Let's see what he got on to Cervera's back in a hurry, like an alley cat.
Yes, he did. He was scrappy. Like I said, he didn't even have it under the chin, but he still went for it, which I love. He did the old Khabib.
And then he climbed up.
Did the old Khabib, and his chin was so turned the other way. If he did not tap, he would have been sucking through a straw with a broken jaw for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, or snapped tendons in his neck.
Ugh. Nicely done.
What is the old Khabib?
The old Khabib with Conor McGregor, he didn't have it underneath the chin.
That's what the old Khabib is.
Remember?
Khabib.
He didn't have it underneath the chin. He had it right on top of the jaw.
The old Khabib? Or did you just write that?
There's two
Caballeros, la
Khabib
esquina roja
phrases,
consigue un
One is
estrangulamiento
that.
mata león,
I'll tell you the other.
obligando a su rival a abandonar el combate con un tiempo oficial de 1 minuto 35 segundos del primer episodio. El vencedor por sumisión. From the 209, the Alley Cat, Samuel Alvarez.
The 209 area code primarily servicing Stockton, so that's why you got that.
Oh, yeah.
The response.
Hometown. You know, there was a movement to break California into 3 parts, right? Northern California, Southern California, and Central California. It was actually, I don't know if it made it onto the ballot, but there was some serious consideration. 3 states.
That'd be interesting in political circles. That's the co-main event. That's coming very soon. We're heading to the top of the hour. Jorge Calvo, Hector Sandoval, flyweight division. It's all happening at 125 pounds. Don't go anywhere. Combate Stockton.
Desde Stockton Arena, Stockton, California. Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, prepárense. This is Combate Américas. This bout, 3 rounds in the flyweight division. Este duelo, 3 vueltas en la división peso mosca. Los jueces son, the judges are Marcos Rosales, Michael Gingona, and Wade Vierra. Presentando en la esquina azul, introducing the blue corner. Vestido de negro con blanco, wearing black with white. His official weight, 125 3/4 pounds. Su peso oficial, 125 libras y 3/4. En su 15º combate, dentro de la jaula de Combate Américas, con 10 victorias y 4 derrotas. He enters la jaula for the 15th time as a pro, with 10 victories against 4 losses. De San Jose, Costa Rica, Jorge Calvo Martín. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, vestido de color azul, he enters la jaula wearing blue. He weighed in at an identical 125 3/4 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso idéntico de 125 libras y 3/4. En su 19º combate a nivel profesional, con 14 victorias y 4 derrotas, he enters la jaula in his 19th pro bout with a record of 14 victories against 4 losses. Representing Sacramento, California, Hector Sandoval. Our referee, David Shirley.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. I expect a clean, good fight. Obey my commands at all times. Defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now. Come out ready to bang.
Very respectful in the center of La Jaula as we go to the tail of the tape, and Hector Sandoval giving up 5 inches of height and 3 inches of reach. We are at 125. Important fight for these two, and in the big picture of the burgeoning flyweight division in Combate Américas. Sandoval, a monster in the Northern California fighting scene, has held many titles in this area, but now to the big time and a chance to show his true skills. 14-4, so has taken a lot of fights and has won a lot of fights against Calvo, who comes in at 10-4 overall.
Calvo in the black, Sandoval in the blue.
See how Calvo uses that height reach advantage. It's significant here.
It is. We don't have a lot of Costa Rican fighters. Hopefully that changes in the future.
Los Ticos.
But we will see what the Costa Rican fighter brings.
Another uncharted territory, but with a lot of promise and a great sporting tradition.
I just love how he's eating those leg kicks. He's not even flinching. He's literally like not even acknowledging any of those leg kicks. I love that.
Sandoval with a very traditional 125-pound frame, a la the Demetrius Johnson types.
And
big head kick.
Jorge Calvo gets double leg right straight down to the ground. Last double for Sandoval.
Calvo turtling up as Sandoval looking for some room to work.
Calvo gets an underhook, but gets flattened out. Looking to get out with the underhook, but he's getting stopped with some flurry of punches from Sandoval.
He's got his arm locked down, which gives him free rein to shoot as he tries to get that side control.
Being pinned down to the ground, Sandoval trying to work in his ground and pound.
Yeah, this is a great ground fight. There's a lot of action here on the ground. This to me is an exciting fight. I tend to prefer stand-up, but when I see so much happening, this is very fun to watch too.
Yeah, Jorge Calvo is a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, looking to advance his position. But Sandoval is just a nightmare.
Calvo, as we said, he's fought some of the best in the world at 125 in his travels all over, mainly South America and through parts of the Americas. Says he's happy for this opportunity.
Looking for the butterfly sweep is Calvo, not getting it, so he goes to an underhook, trying to go for a single leg, but looks like he's getting sat into a guillotine.
Not that guillotine, but not quite underneath as Calvo covers up. It is Sandoval in the blue.
Sandoval going to take the back.
Zoned his first round thus far.
Calvo's desperately trying to get back to his feet, but Sandoval's just riding him like Zorro. It's all over him.
Sandoval says he's going to take over Combate. Confident in his skills, but a lot of fighters will have a say in that matter as well.
Great balance from Sandoval. Calvo's been trying to butterfly sweep him at any chance he gets, and Sandoval's hips are just so heavy. Great balance. He's able to stay on top, remain on top with big, heavy punches, body, head.
Okay, it is precise, finding where there's open flesh, whether it's the forehead, whether it's the midsection. Sandoval finding success, scoring punches.
And Calvo trying to get his guard back, trying to take his back. He's out, and he's getting snapped right back down to the jaula.
Again, looking for that guillotine.
Yeah, he's been dominated. Sandoval looks great.
He can't give up his back here. He needs to get that. There it is, that underhook. He cannot let his back be taken.
Calvo just on the receiving end here.
Call it a flank. He needs to flank out, get back to his guard. There it is again. Do not let him take your back.
And he's thought about it.
Guillotine, that's deep.
Now the guillotine again, and this time a little spinning anaconda style. Still can't get it firm.
How many times did they go around? That was at least 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calvo, good defensive fighter for whatever it's worth, but that's all he's done thus far.
Great defensively. And who knows, he might be able to make Sandoval wear himself out.
Active fighter, Sandoval. And that's true. We've seen fighters just even tonight start well and not end up victorious. Gotta be precise and gotta make it worth it.
Sandoval's heavy with the ground and pound.
Trying to clear that guard.
And Calvo just trying to have and remain an active guard.
Again, and you see officials saying to start moving. Those all catching the face of Calvo. That time he's through.
Calvo almost into side control in half guard. Now he's inside. Nice shoulder pressure.
10 seconds to go here. Calvo
beautiful shoulder
through.
pressure for Hector. Sandoval. But there's no dice there, nothing. It's not at a threat of being submitted, but here he gives up his back again.
Ooh, a little bit late there.
Yeah, that wasn't the fighter's fault.
No.
That was not the fighter's fault. I gave up cursing for Lent. We gave out a lot of money to charities because I failed at giving up cursing for Lent. And so I like to hear from people. Since the earliest days when I was running the UFC, I like to hear from people. So at Campbell Combate, reach out to me. I'll reach back.
You can hear from me, Campbell. I need a Lexus.
Sounds good to
If
me.
you're giving away Lexuses, I'll
It's a
take it.
used Lexus. It's in my garage. It's not going. I mean, if
I have a
someone will
Lexus.
come and get it, they can have it.
I'll take it. All right, here we go. Opening around
Can you
two.
drive a stick?
Yes, I can. I can do it all, Campbell. Beautiful
We
takedown.
should all be driving sticks, and people will keep their phone out of their hands when they drive. Sandoval picking up right where he left off.
Yep.
Yeah, it was working. Why wouldn't he?
It's easier said than done.
Stick to what you know. Campbell likes to stand-up fights, but when they're this active on the ground, he doesn't mind that either.
Look at that, going up and down with the punches, softening up the midsection, and that's...
You'll hear a corner yell, body, body, head. Body, body, head.
Well, he's listening.
It works.
Head, body, body, head. Whoever's
JP, how much can you hear your corner when you're in there?
Great question.
You can hear them. Definitely. That's why it's really important to have like one voice screaming one thing, because it gets kind of hairy in there. And you need somebody to be clear, very clear, so that they're yelling the right things. Because sometimes what you can't see, your corner can. And you can feel it, but you can't see it. So it's really important to have a great corner.
Look at this. There's so much movement here on the ground, changing positions, looking for a different angle. And they're up again.
Very
Jorge
active.
Calvo gets back to the feet. He needs to stay on his feet. Either that or implement his own game plan, which would be maybe his own jiu-jitsu. It's hard to tell.
Now Calvo on his feet, looking a little better as Sandoval continues to pepper away, head, body, body.
Hector Sandoval doing a great job of framing and getting off of the fence.
He's giving up on the reach, but he hit him right on the button that time, and again.
Nice big power shots from Hector Sandoval. Kid Alex is just aggressive.
I'd say this, Calvo absorbs a lot of pressure and seems to handle it well. I don't know how it's gonna hold up for the fight. He's able to get out of submission attempts. Defensively very sound, but we gotta see what he can do on the offensive end. Oh, firm left, short and sweet, and again. Sandoval up close.
No, gets those warning shots off. Right hook, left hook, telling Hector to get off of him.
Calvo still clean after all that. Takedown, big time.
That was a beautiful takedown. Hector Sandoval shooting straight out of a cannon, getting the takedown once again.
Continues to make that impression.
And Sandoval's content with being in guard. He doesn't care. He's still working.
When you put the work in Sandoval, is there a level of, you've done this to opponents where you're not seeing the effects of all that pressure? Does that get frustrating for a fighter?
You just got to keep chugging away. You know, you can't really worry too much about the little minute things. You just have to keep going until they literally pull you off or you get the tap.
Still trying to clear defensively sound stuff from Calvo.
You are correct. He is great defensively. He's
can't win unless you give a little.
Yeah, Hector Sandoval with the nice hips, great balance though. He's not getting swept. And Jorge Calvo needs to advance his position. He has been on his back for the majority of the first round. Second round, we're seeing kind of the same thing. He's got to implement his own game plan. He's got to get a sweep, looking to his corner to see what to do.
Digging in here.
Going straight to the body, softening up those ribs. Sandoval, there's a guillotine. Head and arm, though. That's a head and arm guillotine, but maybe he can use to sweep. Sandoval kicking his legs out to clear his knees.
Oh, look at that. Calvo may have something brewing here.
Almost,
nope,
but
Sandoval.
it's reverse. And that's what's great about having the howler. You can use those walls to get to where you need to, and he just completely reversed his position to get in side control, and that was beautifully done by Sandoval.
Sandoval high right now, uptight, surrounding the head of Calvo, unloading the old Spanish archer elbow.
Yeah, that was a desperate attempt for a head and arm guillotine, and unfortunately, he got reversed. And Calvo, he needs to try to do it again and not be deterred by that. There's the reversal. You're on top now, dude. Relax. Side control.
That happened quick.
You better stay on him. You've got to.
Calvo about to get through the second round.
Go. See, so this is promising for Calvo. He advanced his position. He knows that he can get Sandoval in this position. Now he just needs to make those adjustments going into round 3 here. Beautifully done by Jorge Calvo.
Sandoval looks like a much more powerful athlete. He looks bigger, he looks stronger. So I think as Calvo is working something, it may speak to a little superior ability or superior technique.
Sandoval looks like he's chiseled straight out of a rock. The guy is yoked.
Yeah.
And Jorge Calvo's kind of got like almost the look of like Kron Gracie, you know? He's got
I was going to say, he's got that Gracie stuff. It doesn't look overly muscular, but he's strong.
And this is a great, if I'm Jorge Calvo, I'm thinking, okay, I got him. I reversed him. I was able to get on top. This guy's weathered the storm through round 1 and round 2 of taking everything that Hector Sandoval has given to him. He needs to make those adjustments, get that takedown, get on top. He needs to defend the takedown first off and get on top and then work his own submission, because this guy, I'm probably thinking if I'm Jorge Calvo, he's dog-ass tired. He's tired.
If you're Sandoval, you change your game plan. You clearly won the first 2 rounds. You know it. Your corner knows it. We know it. You cruise in this 3rd round, so to speak.
If you're Hector?
Yeah.
If you're Hector, I would say just keep pouring it on him like you're continuing to do, but he could be tired. Let's see how good his conditioning is. Is he, you know, conditioned to continue to throw the kitchen sink at Jorge?
I will say, we've seen some guys gasping for air tonight. These two, not amongst them. They look
they've been
very
going,
well conditioned.
Yeah, they've been going at it all the time.
And here they pick up once again.
I don't think Sandoval's going to ride it out either. He's going to go for it.
I would imagine that's the right answer, but it's at some point you think, all right, have I done enough?
Taking the back, attempting, but nice back sit from Sandoval. Way to be savvy. Again, with the underhook to a single leg, looking to reverse his position. He had that takedown and got reversed right away because Hector's hips are super good. Looking to snap and take the back again is Sandoval.
All right, and knees to the head. Calvo grounded is unique ways to strike your opponent. Looks for the back.
And he takes the back. There's no flank there. There it is. Finally gets it. Reguards in butterfly, looking for the sweep.
I will say, Sandoval may be on his way to a victory, but this Calvo guy's no fun to fight.
No, because he's dangerous still. He's on his back, and he's been on his back the whole time. But he's still dangerous, looking for the sweeps, looking to take the back. There's a sweep.
Maybe.
Yes, come on. All right, it's all good. Hector Sandoval is just a machine, and there's nothing you can do when you're fighting a machine. You just got to be able to weather the storm.
Sandoval getting underneath the chin. Has to be frustrating, but Sandoval has not taken his eyes off the prize. That's, we spun again.
That's deep again.
Calvo responds. That looks deeper.
His defense is beautiful. Jorge Calvo able to defend every submission that Hector's throwing at him. Trying to darce him. He's trying to get that darce, but you're forcing it a little too much, and Jorge's defense is too good. Nice left hook that hits right on the top of the head. Oh.
And a dome.
Oh, right on the dome. Jorge Calvo got way too excited, super wide with that punch, and he was wide open for the takedown.
If this was defensive fighting, Calvo could be your 125-pound champion. He has taken it, and at some point that frustrates an opponent, but Sandoval not that type of opponent. He has had a game plan, and he has stuck to it from the opening horn.
You know, I think a lot about parts of our planet that tend to breed tough fighters. Central America, I think, is one of those places. This is a Costa Rican fighter. Calvo is Costa Rican. Tough guys, you know, Brazil, tough place. Ireland, tough place.
I know, you look at boxing with Nicaragua and Panama, great fighters from those countries. MMA still in its infancy, but maybe just a matter of time. As maybe Calvo's got something. He's got Sandoval's arm locked up. 2 minutes to go here in I almost said Sacramento. Stockton.
Hector Sandoval coming out of Team Alpha Male with Uriah Faber and the likes of those guys. When you're training with those guys, iron sharpens iron, and you're on a daily grind against stud after stud after stud, and you're seeing that in Hector Sandoval. He's literally just
Well, with 100.
Uriah is a great trainer, great fighter, good friend of Combate's, and just recently had he and his wife just had a new baby.
Oh, congratulations, Uriah. We know he's probably there. He might be listening in on DAZN, as should you and all your friends. Spread the word.
Yeah, call your friends. We give away Lexus every show.
We give away a Lexus.
It's an old Lexus. It's in my garage, and you got to come and get it.
Hey,
how old are we talking here?
1938.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's old. Yeah, the Ford Motor Company beaten by the folks at Lexus.
Actually.
Nice ground and pound by Hector Sandoval, and real technically savvy.
Again,
see, there's so much action. They're on the mat, but they could be standing up.
Yeah.
They're just lying down and punching each other.
I mean, he's coming at you from everywhere, on the feet, on the ground, in the clinch with the takedowns. Hector Sandoval's pouring it on.
He wants to finish, but the heel catching him. That didn't look comfortable, and Sandoval gets back on top.
He doesn't care. Punch to a pass, and that's what he did.
Against Sandoval, part of UFC, the 125-pound division, done and dusted there. Eduardo Vargas getting the ear of Campbell McLaren, saying this is the guy we should look at. And so far, he has been the goods.
Take your back. Jorge Calvo is doing such a great job defensively to be able to weather the storm and not get submitted here. That was a great fight from bell to bell.
I said these guys look like they can go another 3 rounds easy peasy. The face telling it now of Calvo, but the amount of pressure he took, you would imagine to be a lot worse. Look how good those jackets look on the kids.
Yeah.
Can I tell you?
You can't buy those.
Can't buy them.
And he like barely hugged his dad. Like,
if you take my Lexus, I'll put one in the back seat though. I don't know what to do with that Lexus.
Double whammy.
No one in my family can drive a stick shift.
And you can get an 8x10 of Alberto Del Rio.
You can get a 20 by 40.
get one of those posters.
He's big. He's not going to fit on an 8x10. I'm texting Mike Fromwitz now. He's got to look happier when he's in the house.
Yeah,
all right.
Act like you want to be here, Mike.
He's like Burgess Meredith in Rocky. Remember that character in the Rocky? I love the fire.
That's actually when he was the Penguin on the old Batman.
I can only do a couple
lightning.
Voices. Yeah, that's it. Get your chicken asses out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's recap. And pretty much round 1, round 2, round 3, almost carbon copies. Sandoval applying the pressure, taking it to the ground, and a ball of energy. Round 2, hit, takedown, pressure.
You're so right. Round 2 looked like round 1.
And round 3, after I asked would he put his foot off the pedal.
So here he almost had a sweep, and he didn't get it because of the fence. That was.
I mean, that was a very good move.
It was.
That was.
Hector Sandoval going for the choke at all times.
And then there's that triple rollover. I mean, this is great stuff.
Scramble, scramble, scramble was this entire fight. Punch to a pass. Hector Sandoval gets into side control. He's ready to go some more. He's pumped.
Yeah, he's pumped, but he didn't do much with the pump.
All right, let's get this
Después de completar las 3 vueltas, los jueces Rosales y Guingona entregan tarjetas idénticas de 30 a 24. After going all 3 rounds, judges Guingona and Rosales turn in identical scores of 30 to 24. Y el juez Vierra anotó 30 a 25. Judge Vierra scores it 30 to 25. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Los 3 a favor del ganador por decisión unánime. From Sacktown, Kid Alex, Hector Sandoval.
30-24 on the cards, Juliana. That means he won 10-8 in all 3 rounds.
I like it. I like to see judges that actually know what they're looking at and know how to actually score.
They're good tonight, I got to say.
I got to say, all 3 rounds were 10-8 rounds.
That
Those were ass whoopings, all of them.
Yeah, everyone gets caught into being a 10-9. If it's a 10-8, call it a 10-8. The main event is next. Lightweight division. Alex Bam Bam Velasco and Erick Sanchez. That's next.
Como siempre lo he dicho, bien preparado y tratando de dar un espectáculo.
You know, I mean, he's Mexican, I'm Mexican too, you know, we got that heart, you know, heart to fight.
Quiero dar un show, espero que dé un espectáculo, porque eso es lo que vengo yo, a dar un espectáculo.
I'm an exciting fighter, I'm aggressive, smart.
Soy un peleador bastante versátil, la gente le gusta cómo peleo y pues otra vez me tienen aquí por algo, ¿no?
You know, we can't leave it to the judges. They know that I bring excitement every time I fight. So let's see what happens after this.
No me interesa si él entrenó con los mejores, con quien haya entrenado, no me interesa. Tienen que ver mi pelea porque va a ser una pelea sangrienta y va a ser espectacular.
If you love fights, if you love violence, if you love exciting, if you love entertainment, if you want to see, really people putting it right there on the line, then you got to watch my fight for sure.
If you love fights, if you love violence, if you love entertainment, and I do love all three.
These two guys will certainly bring it. They are those give no quarter, take no prisoner types. And if you like violence, well, Juliana, last time we saw Velasco, we got that in bushels.
Is bushels the word we need to be using here? Because I was like, holy cow. Alex Bam Bam Velasco wrote the book on how to throw an elbow. He literally bloodied him up, gave him the worst beating with an elbow that I have ever seen. It was a beautiful thing.
That's when we were in Mexicali.
It was actually kind of hard to watch.
It was hard to watch. I got a little squeamish.
Those elbows were so brutal.
Oh, I love the Mexicali fights.
Oh, they were great.
Was awesome.
Honestly, I think that may have been my favorite card since joining the company, which is about 9 months. But that was awesome. Driving past Calexico to get down to Mexicali. Great food, great atmosphere, underrated. And for all those people who you get terrified about going to the border, go down there. It's nowhere near the way people describe it. Friendly folks, well received. Had a great time in Mexicali.
Yeah, just make sure you have your passport or you won't get back.
Yeah, be careful.
You can get
Go
over,
with caution.
but you can't come back.
I was with our good friend Eduardo Vargas, and he had the global entry, but he got stopped on the border coming back. To Lupe.
Alex Velasco.
This is Alex Velasco's 5th fight with Combate Americas. I've seen him fight several times, actually all of them, and he took a loss to Daniel Rodriguez that has not sat with him well, and I know that he wants a chance at redemption. But before he can do that, he faces our Erick Sanchez coming out of Team Alpha Male. But what I love about Velasco is how much improvement that he has shown. Like I said, his last fight in Mexicali was one of the best fights that I've seen in the promotion. It looked like he wrote the book on how to throw an elbow in a fight. And they split his opponent open every which way. And I was so impressed with him. And to see his improvements was spectacular to watch.
Alex Velasco says, I always look in the eyes at the weigh-in if I can tell about a fire. And he said, this time I saw fear. She'll see if there is fear in Erick Sanchez, who's on his way.
En la esquina opuesta, across la jaula, Erick Sanchez.
All right, here is one tough dude, Erick Sanchez. About 30 minutes away from Sacramento, Team Alpha Male, fronted by Uriah Faber. And Erick Sanchez with a chance to make a major impression tonight and send a message to the likes of Campbell and Mike Aframowitz and everyone involved that he wants to be a player at the lightweight division, which just so happens to be the division where they will be contesting the Copa this year. And
it should be good. It's going to be good.
Still a date to be determined, but it'll be at the end.
Oh, I know what date it is. We've already determined it. We just haven't announced
the calendar is done.
It's going to be a week later than we thought, so I think it's just sort of the second week in December. The $100,000. I don't know, but I'll tell you, oh, look at that. See, you like entertainment, you like violence, you like the fights, you like Erick Sanchez. He just did a cartwheel.
He's an exciting fighter and super aggressive.
Continuamos con mucha más acción. Este duelo, tres vueltas en la división peso ligero. We continue with much more action this bout. 3 rounds in the lightweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are Brendan Saucedo, Marcos Rosales, and Brant Philippi. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here at Stockton Arena, este es El duelo estelar de esta noche. This is the main event of the evening. Combate Américas México versus the USA. Y veremos quién es el más macho. Introducing first, the fighter standing in the blue corner, presentando en la esquina azul, vestido de negro, con el tricolor mexicano verde, blanco y rojo. He steps in wearing black, with the colors of Mexico, green, white, and red. He weighed in officially at 155 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 155 libras en su 12º combate dentro de la jaula, con 8 victorias y 3 derrotas. He enters la jaula for the 12th time as a pro, with a record of 8 victories against 3 losses. De Ensenada, Baja California, México, Alex Bam Bam Velasco. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, wearing American red, white, and blue, vestido del tricolor estadounidense, rojo, azul y blanco. Su peso oficial, 155 libras y 3 cuartos, his official weight, 155 3/4 pounds. En su 13º combate dentro de la jaula de Combate Américas, con 8 victorias y 4 derrotas. He enters la jaula for the 13th time as a pro, with 8 victories against 4 losses. Rippin' Sacktown, Sacramento, California, Erick Sanchez. Our referee, Edward Collantes.
Okay, you received your instructions in the dressing room. Recibiste tus instrucciones atrás. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Protégese en todo tiempo. Obey my commands at all times. Obedezca en todo tiempo. Chocomantes.
Word Collantes getting practical Spanish because it's been by and large a card with American fighters. Not the case with Velasco, who calls Ensenada home. Baja California rich for fighters. Tail of the tape, 2-inch edge for Sanchez via the height and also the reach.
Fighter, you ready?
Team Black Zillions versus Team Alpha Male.
I was going to say the reach is a wash, 69 for both. We're underway. Opening round, Sanchez in blue. Big fight for both these guys in the direction their careers will take. For the winner, a huge opportunity, as Campbell touched on what lies at the end of the rainbow for the lightweights.
Erick doesn't even flinch on that leg kick.
Erick's a tough guy. No, this is an important fight for both these guys. We're really, determining not only who's going to be in the Copa, but, who we're going to focus on and, the rest of the year.
Is there a chance that both of these gentlemen could be in the Copa?
Absolutely. There's a chance. Is Bam Bam the right guy to represent Mexico? I think that's a better question, right?
Right, that's going to be competitive. There's a lot of good guys that weight class, both sides of the border. Short left hook by Velasco pushes Sanchez back a couple feet.
Bam Bam needed tougher competition for this fight, to train for this fight, so he got sent to San Diego to train with rookie bookie man Martinez from 10th Planet. Was living in the office there to get his extra training in so that he could be well prepared for this fight.
At home, if you know the fight business, you know that these guys will often go into camp, which is 6 to 10 weeks. Think about it. Think about leaving your family and going out and just focusing on that. It's
a selfish sport,
It's a selfish sport.
And you talked about the step that Velasco had to make, moving on to go to the big times, to go to San Diego, the 10th Planet Gym, Ricky Martinez. Take that next step, which may be leading to a next step. Interesting story he told his trainer. One day he said, I'm going to be on the main event, and it's happening tonight.
Erick Sanchez with the crisp striking. Everything is accurate. Everything has power.
How about that spin?
Catching the leg and trying to go for a takedown is Bam Bam.
I think he was trying to rip his leg out.
Right out of the socket?
For a takedown. Yeah, it looked like he wanted to twist it out like a drumstick.
Man, when Sanchez strikes, though, you can hear it. And Velasco not far behind him. with impact.
Yeah, he had some really dangerous strikes there. That straight 1-2 was money.
Velasco getting underneath that one hook.
Velasco with big underhook, looking to defend the takedown. So far, he's doing a great job with that gable grip, trying to reverse him on the fence. And you can see he's very strong here, Velasco.
Yeah, he's got a good hold. A longshoreman with his equipment, doing very nicely. Pops a little one into the ribs of Sanchez along the way.
And he's going for the takedown, and he uses that underhook to stay upright and a big knee to follow. Beautiful takedown defense by Bam Bam.
Center of La Jaula.
Way to stay upright.
Sanchez will take it. A lot of feinting. They're both very leery of what they can do in the counter punching as Sanchez caught him with a straight right.
Taking the center of the jaula, Alex Bam Bam needs to get on his own agenda.
Well, miss there from Velasco. Well, looking to work into close quarters. This is a stand-up fight here.
Velasco, excuse me, his punches, he needs to double them up.
It's good from Sanchez. Sanchez, the aggressor. Velasco looking to find his range early on. Maybe a process developing here. Erick Sanchez, as we talk about who's fought who, had a decision defeat, losing to Andres Quintana. You obviously want to win as much as you can, but that is a quality loss in your Combate ranks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no shame in that.
Only maybe the best at 145 pounds, but going to a decision.
Body kick slapped right on the ribs, heard around the world. Caught by Bam Bam, but Erick is long and lanky, and he's crisp with his strikes and taunting him.
Campbell, we know about the matchmaking. This looks like a perfect match made. Two guys, and sometimes that provides a good fight, sometimes a feeling out process.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's funny when I talk to Eduardo and I talk to Mike, there's fights that they genuinely are very excited about. You know, and then, but the trick is, is it good on paper? Is it going to be good in La Jaula?
Yeah, sometimes on paper it makes sense, and then they get in the
and then
jaula
they get in there, and you know, it depends who shows up at the fight, right? I mean, which fighter shows up? Because this is such a mental sport.
Yep.
You know, it's so violent. We see so much of this action and elbows and knees and punches, kicks, but it's really all about the brain. I mean, as it looks to me, I'm sitting next to one of the best in the world. Now let her tell you if she thinks it's all about the brain.
I'll say if I'm Bam Bam Velasco, and every time he throws a leg kick at Erick Sanchez isn't even acknowledging it. And those leg kicks like that can be dangerous, because when he counts the leg kick, he's going to come over the top with the right hand, and Bam Bam could get knocked out. I saw him kind of buckle there with that straight right hand that Erick Sanchez was throwing. So I would quit with the leg kicks, because those leg kicks can be dangerous. Erick's not even flinching whenever he throws those leg kicks. So stick to something else. And that something else would probably be the hands, and being able to get off the timing of Erick Sanchez, implement your own game plan, make these adjustments coming out into round 2.
Yeah, you know, but what I find with a lot of the Mexican fighters, they don't believe they actually can be knocked out.
Yeah.
And we just saw him get staggered there.
Right, well, and he threw an inside leg kick, and he got over the top with it, countered with that straight right hand, and that buckled him. So just quit with that, because I'll take a leg kick to throw an overhand right all day.
I think that was an important corner, or a moment for Velasco, because as he took his stool, he looked a frustrated fighter. Different story for Sanchez, who seemed to be oozing with confidence, but Velasco certainly knows a lot more about Sanchez and what he can provide. See if he can turn the tables here in round number 2, which has begun.
Bam Bam needs to be first here. Stop with that leg kick.
Sanchez again. Yeah, it didn't work. Didn't listen. Juliana, you should be in his corner. Maybe a little bit stubborn. Big drop suplex.
Acuéstate. Going right back down, dragging him down to the ground, looking for the reversal is Alex Bam Bam, and he gets it.
That's been the most promising development for Velasco since we've begun here in the main event.
Take him down. You got it. Why did you let go of that?
I don't like it.
I mean, I definitely didn't like the position of it, but at least he wouldn't have been able to advance his position if he actually went for broke on it. Double leg.
Sanchez takes advantage.
I like this round a lot better.
It was almost like a feeling out process, not
Yeah.
to be too cliche with that, but the second round, they're getting, certainly Sanchez is getting to his business.
Nicely done by Erick Sanchez, taking the back, and he's going to drop him right back down to the ground. But you got to be careful. He's hip heisting. He's getting his hips higher than Erick Sanchez as he's back to the feet. And this is a dangerous spot to be in against Bam Bam because he's got nasty elbows in that clinch.
Sanchez, who said, I don't want to know a lot about my opponent, but it seems to me that he's done his homework on his opponent. Kind of beating Velasco to the punch time and time again.
Velasco did a good job of not settling on that position. He scrambled, got his hips out, got back to the fence, back to his feet. But he needs to get off the fence here because he's not doing himself any favors being trapped up against La Jaula. Nice big knee, though.
Well, Sanchez didn't like that as he tries to keep that knee grounded.
Right. And here is a good spot for Bam Bam to be in the sense. I mean, he is up against La Jaula, but he does have beautiful clinch work. Throwing knees, he's dangerous with the elbows.
Some
nice
underhooks.
wide stance.
This is what we saw in the first round seem to work.
Yep, nice wide stance. Keep going, keep walking to that underhook side. There you go, get some head position. Now you get your head position. Beautiful.
Maybe the scales are being tilted a little bit here. Velasco with Sanchez's back to the cage.
Again, this is the work of Bam Bam that is scary. You don't want him in the clinch like this because he's got the best elbows ever.
Elbows causing a lot of damage. Javier Reyes still feeling those from Mexicali.
I think that was the most bloodshed I've seen in La Jaula.
It was a bloody mess as these two get tangled up here in round number 2 of the main event. Combate Stockton. Sanchez separates.
Nice way to windshield wiper right off that elbow and get back to the center of La Jaula. Erick Sanchez stalking his opponent.
Again, all reactionary here. Oh,
nice
straight left. The jab connects.
Straight jab, nice stick right in the eyeballs.
There's that kick you're not too fond of, but it seemed better in that occasion.
I mean, if you're gonna throw, you better throw it with some authority, because like I said, I'll take a leg kick to overhand right you all day. Gotta set that up a little better, but it worked.
All right, progress. And Velasco liking the kick, so he continues to unload. Sanchez now, much like in the first round, hunting at Velasco.
Ooh.
Big elbow.
Yeah.
And that,
It was a right hand
surprised
turned into an
Velasco.
elbow.
Jab, jab. Under a minute to go in the second round. Seemingly Sanchez winning that first round, but I would leave it to you, Juliana, would you think?
I'm sorry, you're asking
Round
who won
one?
the round? Oh, I think Erick won.
In round 2, we'll see if Sanchez did enough. A little bit closer. Catches the leg.
Nice, that was an effective leg kick.
Yeah, the rubber meets the road with these two.
There you go. Got to put them together. 3-piece and a soda, like Jorge Masvidal would say.
Yeah.
You got to add them up.
The jabs work for Sanchez. He doesn't do it seemingly enough. Now he's picking up the pace.
That right hand connected from Erick Sanchez.
Velasco coming in with the kick again. Did well enough for him in round number 2. As we head to, I would imagine, a very important round number 3.
Yeah, no, this is...
All right, big time round number 3. Sanchez, Velasco, your main event here in Stockton. Really important in the lightweight division.
Some nice right hook by Erick Sanchez. Stopped it. Bam Bam coming forward right in his tracks.
Yes, exactly right. That just stopped the train.
Sanchez, again, front foot. Good
Nice.
connection combination.
Going to the body, both body shots landed. Those are clean. Coming up top. Nice distance control.
Oh.
Ooh. You okay?
That came up a little too high. Sanchez, he felt bad about it. Yep. It cut on the inside of the leg. Whether it comes from up or down, never feels good.
No, and you can tell that that was completely accidental by both fighters coming in with both kicking at the same time. that happens.
You know, those shots were legal in the first UFCs.
Just about everything else was too.
I never saw this stopped in the early days.
Oh, the progression, the development, much as you said with the Mexican fighters and the American fighters, and how the landscape changes day to day in a sport that is burgeoning and developing so quickly in all corners of the world.
Our sport's 25 years old. I mean, of course it's developing.
Well, many people didn't think it was going to stick around in those early days.
Yeah, fuck them.
Erick Sanchez got a great right hand.
Yeah, he's a good-looking fighter. I like the go forward he has. Good motor. Fitness is up there, certainly. And Velasco continues to have the look of a frustrated man as the jab clocked him again.
Straight 1-2. Right down the clown's mouth. Nice. Nicely done by Alex Bam Bam Velasco. This is exactly what he needed to do in order to turn the fight in his favor. He peeked right underneath that shot, took his back. Ooh. And not letting Erick Sanchez get his underhook. This is good, great job by Bam Bam. This is where he needs to be. And look for some big elbows coming from Bam Bam, but it looks like there's a lot of blood gushing, I think, out of the nose. I can't really tell. Yeah, it's the nose. Bam Bam gushing blood out of his nose, and here's the elbows.
Oh, it's a lot, and it's interesting because Velasco's saying, he says if Sanchez wants to win, he'll have to pay with blood, and it is Velasco's blood right now that's running.
Yeah, but that's a great Mexican sentiment, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
No, you're literally going to have to kill these guys in order to get them to stop. And even when you, for example, break their jaw, they're still going to come at you.
Yeah.
Much like we saw with
Sabori.
Pablo
my
Sabori.
God.
Oh, like a pain.
Or even guys like Jose Alday, when he got that nasty cut above his eyebrow that one time, he was still trying to fight. They had to pull him out of there by the scruff of his neck and say, yeah, the fight's over, guy.
That's a lot of blood on Velasco. Funny how things, what goes around comes around. But Velasco's going to have to come up big in here these final 2 minutes, or he might be in a pool too deep.
Yeah, you don't want it to go to the judges. They'll make you cry. And Velasco, this is where he needed to be in the earlier rounds. So now that he's here, he needs to make it count. Big
the
elbow.
blood from the forehead, and it's running.
Big knee.
That's good from Velasco. He's got
Take him down. Go forward.
Slipped out of it. Oh, Sanchez. Velasco did not like that. He's a little bit wobbly now.
Watch for the crisp strikes of Erick Sanchez coming straight down the pipe.
Hey, Velasco had a game plan. It's gone awry.
I'm not sure he had a game plan.
No, maybe that's
I think
it.
he just came to fight.
And that's a lot of the people. They don't check. They don't study their opponent, and maybe there's something there lost in the preparation.
And they go, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to hit him.
And meanwhile, Sanchez looks well schooled and well prepared.
No, this is Erick's fight.
Yep.
This is Erick's fight.
Under a minute to go here in Stockton. Another good combination from Sanchez. And again with the left jab. It's working, and he keeps going at it.
Velasco needs to get on his punches. He needs to let his hands fly. This is it. You got 30 seconds. You got to go. Go for broke. Try to knock this guy out, anything, but you can't be standing there like a, you know. You got to throw. You got to get this guy off you. Warning shots, get off of me. Got 20 seconds. You can do anything for 20 seconds.
Erick Sanchez looks a little bit like Antonio Perez. Fights a good fight, throwing everything at Velasco, and Velasco can only shrug at this point.
That right hand
slips out.
Sanchez is money.
And a name to remember as we push towards and through 2019. Erick Sanchez took La Jaula and didn't give it up, and Velasco the first to congratulate him.
Good fight, guys.
Great
Proud
fight.
of you both. Erick's probably looking at a tremendous career. I think he's a sharp fighter. I think the punches are good. I think he is well-rounded. They all say they're well-rounded. He is very well-rounded. He's well-trained. His spirit is tremendous. His heart is tremendous.
His only loss in Combate is Andres Quintana, which is a soft L.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Well, Andres Quintana will be busy until at least the fall, as he has that big fight coming up with Bruno Canetti, June 28th.
Where is that?
In New Mexico.
Yeah, first time there.
That will be some altitude to deal with, as we brought that up earlier in the evening.
Listen, we're going to be announcing some high altitude fights, by the way, in a couple different places.
High altitude like Lima, Peru. And
well, Lima's sea level, my dear. It's right at sea level.
So then why are those people in the mountains?
Well, they're in the mountains.
It's a big country.
They're in the mountains,
yeah,
and they're
Lima's
like
at the bottom of the mountains.
They got elevation there, don't they? Not?
No, it's sea level.
Do you want to
know? Like LA.
Oh, that's Machu Picchu. That's got elevation.
Picchu's up there. That's the Incan, stomping ground.
Right. The highest altitude in South America is Bolivia. I think some parts 2 miles high. 2 miles. Yeah. Bring your oxygen tank. I don't know if Combate America's going to go there, but I know we're going to Lupe Contreras next for the official decision of our main event.
Good fight. Respect.
Great fight.
Good hair.
You know, they're really beating the crap out of each other, and then you see how they're the respect at the end. And,
round one, every time Alex threw that leg kick, Sanchez came over the top with that right hand, sat him down there, took his back, sat him down again.
I'm bad to the bone.
That right hand of Erick Sanchez was landing pretty clean, and Bam Bam was doing a really good job in the clinch with those elbows, but it wasn't enough. Looking for the takedown there in the last segment of that third round. Wasn't able to get it. And they go to a decision. It's Lupe time.
What a voice, that Lupe.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
¿Quién es más macho?
Damas y caballeros, después de completar 3 vueltas, el juez Saucedo anotó 30-27 after 3 rounds. Judge Saucedo scores it 30-27. Y los jueces Rosales y Philippi entregan tarjetas idénticas de 29-28. Judges Philippi and Rosales turn in identical scores of 29-28. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Los tres a favor del ganador por decisión unánime. From the USA, Sacktown, California, Erick Sanchez.
Erick Sanchez unanimously with the win, and
No
Sacramento
surprise.
gets it done again as we are ripping through this
Irene
card.
is next. I want to talk about Irene. She got a great opponent here tonight. Irene, I think she's our Paige Van Sant.
All right.
And you've seen Paige.
Got a win, though.
Paige is, nearly naked in the Sports Illustrated
I've
thing,
not
right?
seen it again. I've heard things.
And she looks great. And Irene, I think, is actually prettier than Paige. And I think, I think Paige is really pretty, and she's an okay fighter. And Irene is really pretty, and I think we still need to see what kind of fighter she is.
And we'll see it against Charisa Sigal.
Yeah, Charisa, this is a real fight, yo. Wow.
We move on our lone women's fight of the night after the injury earlier that allowed Zoila Frausto to get rescheduled, as we like to say it. Charisa Sigal, Irene Rivera.
Listen,
next.
we're trying to reschedule. I mean, everybody's acting like when, as soon as we can.
We're impatient.
We love her.
I wouldn't want to fight her.
No, I think we're going to have problems finding people.
Siempre intento ser una versión mejor de mí misma y entonces creo que vaya a haber una versión más estratégica y más planificada.
I'm excited. I really don't care who they put in front of me. I'm ready to fight.
Yo la verdad que de mi rival no espero nada, es decir, yo la que tengo que esperar es de mí misma, porque si tengo que esperar a que mi rival sea mala, pues yo creo que mal vamos, que tengo que esperar yo ser mejor, no que los demás fallen para yo subir.
So I know she has a boxing background. I know she's a striker, and I know she's aggressive. But I know I haven't answered to everything she has to get me.
Yo realmente he estado haciendo mi trabajo, he estado centrándome en mi juego de strike, en mi juego de suelo y no he basado una estrategia para su juego, por así decir.
I feel like I'm a very well-rounded fighter. Jiu-jitsu is where I started, but I also have a love for boxing. I have a love for kickboxing. I love it all.
No tengo ninguna predilección, ni tengo favoritismo, ni quiero a la que tenga más peleas perdidas, ni nada de eso. Yo me voy a pegar con todas las que me ofrezcan, con las que sea necesario, hasta que se termine la categoría.
I'm just going in and thinking about there's somebody in front of me, and that's it. That's my next path to get to where I need to go.
We continue with much more action. The ladies of La Jaula set for 3 rounds at a catch weight of 107 pounds. Los jueces, the judges, Wade Vieira, Brent Philippi, and Michael Gingona. Presentando a la esquina azul, introducing the fighter in the blue corner. Vestida de color rojo, she enters La Jaula wearing red. Her official weight, 107 pounds, su peso oficial, 107 libras. Se mantiene invicta a nivel profesional con 4 victorias. She enters La Jaula, an undefeated fighter with 4 victories. Fighting out of Rancho Cucamonga, California, Charisa Sigal. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, vestida de negro con blanco, wearing black with white trim. She weighed in at an identical 107 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso idéntico de 107 libras en su 15º combate dentro de la jaula, con 8 victorias y 6 derrotas in her 15th pro bout inside of la jaula, with 8 victories and 6 losses. De Barcelona, España, la niña Irene Rivera. Our referee, David Shirley.
He's watching you.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of attitude from Sigal.
We went over the rules in the back. I expect a clean, good fight. Defend yourselves at all times. Obey my commands. Touch gloves. Come out ready to fight.
All right, let's go to the tail of the tape. Now, Sigala's been at this for some time. 9 years the senior. Height advantage by an inch, but everything else is level.
10 years of age difference.
You see Sigal also, I mean, she hasn't fought since 2016, but she's 4-0 in her 4 fights. 3 were won by submission, 1 by a TKO, so nothing's gone the distance. As we're underway, it is Sigal in red.
Switching stances, Sigal.
Good long reach. Extends those shoulders into those punches. Big spot for Cabello. He's come in with a lot of fanfare, but you gotta back it up, and needs a big notch in her MMA belt.
La Niña's nice and composed, straight punches right down the pipe.
She just stood her ground there.
No, she's very composed. We see that in all her fights. She's just very focused. It reminds me a little of Super Melly. You know, very calm, very collected.
Going in for the takedown of Sigal. Nicely done.
Yeah, nicely done.
Got that arm off her in a hurry.
Way to hand fight.
Sigal, look at that.
Sigal needs better head position.
Oh, the Dragon Lady. Look at that tattoo work on the back.
They both got a bunch of tats. There's some better head position.
Very severe Sigal getting in.
Never mind.
Up against the side of the cage, Cabello looking for some distance here. Again, you saw what she's been able to do. She thought she was, sorry to interrupt you, Juliana, but she thought she was ripped off in that decision against Romo. And some say that her demonstrations after the fight may have got her back into an important fight here in Combate.
Huh. I hadn't heard that.
Just thrown out there.
Back to the center.
No, I mean, I had her interviewed. She lost the fight, and I had them interview her. You don't interview the loser after a fight.
Good directing traffic there.
That wasn't me in there.
Did defeat Miyu Yamamoto, who was a famous Japanese wrestling champion, and needs to add more to her resume.
Irene coming forward with the punches. She meets Sigala in the clinch. Nice big right hook, left hook.
Those are precise punches.
She's accurate.
Again, I know I mentioned this a lot. It's like hard to tell how much damage you're doing. That knee did some damage.
Yeah.
That caught the forehead clean.
And Sigala is struggling to get Irene taken to the ground, but I know that that's where she obviously wants to take the fight because she feels she's got the better ground game. She hasn't been able to take her down yet, though.
Now, combination kick and left hand there. Cabello Rivera. Foot on that pedal. I think she's feeling a little more confident what she can do. It's clinched in there with Sigala. Not going to the ground. If she does, you're going to have to earn it. Combate Stockton, glad you could join us. We are live on DAZN. Just had the main event. Erick Sanchez taking the moment.
Irene needs to get off that fence. She's looking to do that, fighting the hands, and she's back in the center.
Sigala didn't like that short right hand.
Good job, nice takedown defense by La Niña. Nice, big right hook.
Promising start from the Spaniard.
Nice, 1-2. All that, very accurate, lands clean, defends a takedown, gets off the fence. And like I said, she moves really well, Irene. Nice and composed.
She's getting better too as this round goes.
And she's the taller party as well.
Nothing behind those kicks from Sigala. Again, a lot of cage rust for her. Cabello Rivera gets in close quarters, and everything seems to be finding their mark.
Nice straight punches for Irene, and then a right hook to cap it off, and a left hook to cap it off.
Again, pretty
1-2.
Telegraphed kick from Sigala.
So she knows Sigala wants a takedown now, so now what she's trying to do is just avoid clinching with her at all costs.
All right, we're going to head to the end of round one. Elbow from Sigala. Looks at...
Well, they thought it was the end of the round, so she stopped, and then she realized that was a 10-second marker.
All right, end of round one. Something to certainly
now,
build
when
on.
you look at Irene, she doesn't strike. Does she look like a fighter?
She does with those tats.
Yeah.
No, but there's a lot of great fighters that kind of fall in that category.
Yeah. MMA has been totally re-energized with women joining into MMA. I think it really brought new life, new insight, new athletes. It's been a great part of the sport.
All right, so let's see if Irene can go.
And I'm not saying that just because I'm sitting next to one of the best. I really think it's an exciting part of MMA.
Whatever
it's an exciting part of Combate.
We can do better.
Right.
I don't argue that, my dear.
I think important for Irene Cabello to go from round one to round two and develop here.
Yeah.
Let's see if she can
I like to see a little mucho más acción.
Yo también.
Sí, señor. ¿Cómo no?
Sí, cómo no.
No, look, Irene, turning it around.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes,
that right.
she heard me. Okay.
She's feeling more confident.
Coming forward. Sigala needs to secure this takedown because that's what she's been trying to do this entire first round. So she really needs to get the job done here.
And Sigala says she's trained for everything. Again, had fights that fell through.
Yeah, they're all well-rounded till they get hit in the face.
Fair
to
enough.
Paraphrase the great Mike Tyson.
Everyone's got a plan till they get punched in the face.
All right,
Her head position is off. See
how so, JP?
See how Irene is putting her forehead on like the chin of Sigala? Well, she was. She's not anymore. But you need to clasp those hands if you're Sigala. You need to clasp those hands and pull her off the fence.
This is more what I think she wanted to do in this fight from Sigala. At least they're going to get separated.
All right. Good call. That's what I like to see with a ref. Nothing's happening on that fence.
Mucho más acción.
Start them over.
Dave Shirley, we should give him props.
Yeah, he's got the whole I'm watching you.
I'm watching you, and I know you're watching me. All right, Irene gets that right in the midsection. Sigal
There's her
caught it,
takedown
takes her
finally.
down.
Nicely done. Picks up that leg, high treetop, kicks out that back leg, finally gets a takedown. That's what she was looking for the entire time.
Change of fortunes here.
Hey,
whoa, what's
super
happening
high
there?
rubber guard, looking for the
Yeah.
triangle, maybe a go-go plata, we'll see. But look at, the great thing about women is we're so much more flexible
no
than
kidding.
men.
A man's
We are
leg would have snapped off at that point.
Well, not necessarily. I've seen it done. But doing a nice job of that high rubber guard, 10th planet type jiu-jitsu, holding her super tight and trying to sneak in a triangle if she can get it.
Good
Look at how
old
flexible she is.
Go-go plata, using the shin to finish, although that has been relinquished.
Swinging out. Looks like she's
got
going to
a
try to
elbow
swing
in
out
her
for an
neck?
armbar.
All right, again, work to be done. And a unique situation to be in here if you're Cabello Rivera. Locked down. And
Gonna
good
try to swing
dexterity
out
on
for
her
an
part.
armbar. Go. You have it.
All right, so Sigala's got something to hang her hat on here.
Nicely done by Sigala to recognize that she's in a threat of being submitted. And nice high rubber guard for La Niña. You better put your forehead on her forehead, Sigala. And work to get your body back in.
This is tough sledding. Looking to loosen that arm. Maybe cook something while you're on your back if you're Irene. And Dave Shirley is saying, looking for some work. He may consider separating. That's exactly what he's going to do here.
JP's shaking her head at that, but I like that call. It's something's not happening. Get him up.
Why are you
Get him
shaking
up.
your head?
Well, because she was, you know, controlling the posture of her opponent and could have been working for an armbar or a triangle, and she didn't get the opportunity to finish that. But, I mean, I see what you guys are saying. And next time Sigala gets that takedown, she needs to be more active in her hip and her hip muscle so that she's not being able to control her posture like that. Because once you get that takedown, you need that active hip to stay upright so that you can rain your punches down in the guard or work to pass. And you can't do that when they're controlling your head, and that's because you're allowing them to control your posture because you're not activating your hips.
Can't argue with that, but I'll tell you, Jorge Gracie and Royce Gracie left the UFC when we put in rounds because they said they could beat anyone as long as there were no time limits. But there's a problem on TV.
Yes.
You know, it's not a 24-hour show. and I believe
nobody wants to watch that.
I believe the Gracies could beat anyone if there were no time limits.
Well, since they got picked up, the separation is encouraged a flurry of activity from Irene.
Yeah, she's real nice and composed
Sigala
on the feet. But she doesn't like getting hit in the face either. And Sigala does well when she can implement her own strikes. Unfortunately, she's always going strike to the clinch. But once she just goes pure strikes, Irene is backing up the entire time.
All right, so we're going to go to a third round. Irene did very well in round one. Second round, a different kettle of fish. So Sigala able to even the keel.
You know, I think that was Irene's round, and this one we just saw. I think she countered everything her opponent tried.
She was threatening with the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel Irene won the second, but, you know, they're not asking me. I just created the sport.
That's all.
That's all.
That's all. What more do they want from you, Campbell?
Jeez, I don't know. What else can I do?
All right.
Slave drivers, these guys.
How was that? How was my
the alley cat
thing? Yeah.
Not as good as Peña's.
No, hers is awesome. Irene on the big screen.
All right,
all right.
Irene,
Round three.
Sigala.
Come on, come on. Mucho más acción. España.
La 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 la.
Let's go, ladies.
España is Spanish for Spain, by the way. You know, I speak like 9 words of Spanish.
I think people catch on to that when the abbreviation for Spain in English is ESP.
España.
I thought that was the network.
España.
Yeah.
I thought that was extrasensory or something.
Nice.
Extrasensory sports. All right, meeting in the middle of the jaula and flying fist.
Nicely done. Both ladies in the clinch throwing knees, punches. Sigal trying to get the takedown again, and Irene says, "Get off of me," with that big right hook.
That is what she said. That was exactly what she said.
Literally. Those are, I call, warning shots. So when somebody's throwing punches at you, you give them the old right hook, left hook. Those are those warning shots. Get off of me.
Get off of me. All right, Irene may have won the second, probably won the first.
Sigal doing a good job of staying in there. She's still coming. Trying to implement her own game plan here.
La Nina looking to blossom.
Nice right hand from Sigal.
Yeah, caught her short, sweet.
Irene doesn't care.
Doesn't seem to care.
No.
And she keeps moving forward.
Sigal with the overhook. She's got double overhooks. Takes her to the jaula fence. Can I get some head position, please? Nope, Irene with the good head position.
A big knee there from Irene. A second one catching the temple of Sigal. Not enough behind it to do much damage.
She's out.
All right, now they'll firm up. Center of la jaula. Here we go. Combate Stockton. Tail end of a big evening. If you're joining us late, Zoila Frausta had her fight canceled, her opponent injured. This is our one featured women's fight. We've come off Combate Reinas. Historic night for women's fighters in mixed martial arts.
Irene, La Nina coming forward. Big, huge right hook for Sigal. Sigal needs to keep the pressure on Irene. That's her key. She needs to keep coming forward. She needs to pressure her and not allow La Nina to have space, because she's long, she's lanky, and she knows her distance with her strikes, and she's landing whenever she does throw those. So you can't give a fighter like that any space. You got to stay on him.
And I think Irene just keeps coming forward, and I think the judges will notice that when they do the scoring.
Sigal doesn't really hit her with anything clean when she goes forward, so probably encouraged to continue to do that and impress the judges along the way.
Sigal trying to get a takedown here.
Showing some growth here in her career. Again, Sigal, the long layoff.
Nice
Fighting out of Millennia
for
MMA.
La Nina. Or was. Big knee for La Nina.
Keep in mind, if Cabello Rivera can finish the job here, she will hang the first loss on the career of Sigal. That is no minor detail.
Right, she's 4-0, Sigal.
Now with a minute and change to go, we'll see how confident La Nina feels on her work rate on this evening. Continues to throw punches, good punches.
Yeah, straight 1-2. Nice right hook.
It's a carbon
Did
copy.
that land? I couldn't tell from the angle.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, but she's got nice straight punches that seem to be landing.
All right, 45 seconds to go. Again, push forward.
And no respect. Irene La Nina is just walking down punches from Sigal.
Yep.
Just literally eating everything she has and continuing to come forward like the Terminator.
All right, now Irene separates almost at the finish line in what would appear a triumphant return to La Jaula.
Looking for a body lock takedown, desperation takedown for Sigal. She's got 10 seconds left to do it though, so if you're gonna do it, I'd do it.
Last ditch effort from Sigal to impress the judges as we hit the tape.
All right, I think España.
I think so too, but Juliana, you're the important one here.
I say agreed.
All right, 3 for Spain, which is English for España. All right, Sigal.
I was just going to say, you know, is it right? I mean, I don't say Paris, right? I say Paris. So maybe I should say Spain instead of España. But I think España sounds better.
Sure does.
Tomato. Potato, potato.
Nobody says potato.
You know, in Argentina, instead of Sao Paulo, they call it San Pablo, which is kind of weird. They just kind of...
You know, we have a lot of Argentinians in the company, and no one else in the company seems to like them. That's all I'm going to say. In fact, one of the Argentinians said, Campbell, don't hire any more Argentinians.
You've hit your quota.
I like Millie.
Millie's Argentinian. She's the one that said you've got enough Argentinians.
Yeah,
She's like, there's only room around here for one of us. She's the one at wit's end
of all the Argentines. Got it.
No, Combate's a little bit like, you know, the United Nations of Spanish-speaking countries. It's great. It's a great mix. It's a lot of fun. I get to hear a lot of different point of views, a lot of different views on the fights, a lot of different views on the fighters. The Hispanic combat sports tradition is fantastic. It is deep. It is real. In boxing, the great boxing traditions of Mexico, of Puerto Rico, of Argentina, and Spain are really what have defined modern boxing. And I think now this is the chance to see what arguably the best combat sports in the world, combat athletes in the world can do for MMA. That's what Combate is about. You don't have to speak Spanish. You don't even have to like tacos. If you don't like tacos, you should see a doctor, however. But you don't have to like tacos or speak Spanish to like Combate. We think the shows are great. Mucho más acción. I swear. I got Max and Juliana with me. This is great stuff. Call your friends. We're giving away a Lexus. It's a 1983 Lexus. It's a stick shift. But if you come to my garage, you can have it.
All right, let's go to Lupe.
Damas y caballeros, después de 3 vueltas, esta es la decisión oficial. El juez Guingona anotó 29-28 a favor de Rivera after 3 rounds. Judge Guingona scores it 29-28 in favor of Rivera. El juez Philippi, 29-28 a favor de Sigala. Judge Philippi scores it 29-28 in favor of Sigala. Y el juez Vierra anotó 29-28. Judge Vierra scores it 29-28. A favor de la ganadora por decisión dividida in favor of the winner by way of split decision. De Barcelona, España, Irene Rivera.
Split decision, so a lot closer than maybe we all thought. Irene Rivera gets the win. How about another Spaniard? Tino Gilaranz takes La Jaula in a featherweight contest against Jordan Mapa. All right, Jordan Mapa out of San Francisco, out of the Dragon House MMA, makes his Combate debut, winning record 2-1.
Jordan Mapa, used to be trained with one of our guys, background in boxing. Now he trains with, well, he was training with Gilbert, one of our guys. And then he moved to TriStar in Montreal to get some better training, thought that he needed to go over there. He was there for a while, and then he came back. And he's one of the training partners of Marcus Gaines.
You get Marcus Gaines in the background there.
There he is. He made his debut and KO'd the guy with elbows from guard. So he's got some great hands. He's not afraid to clinch, go to the ground. Extremely vicious fighter. And we're happy to finally have him here with us in Combate.
All right, Jordan Mapa enters La Jaula. Big spot for both these fighters as they look to take the next step in their MMA career. It begins with a win.
His opponent, su rival, Tino Gilaranz.
All right, Tino Gilaranz out of Madrid. And here's a fighter we have seen before, defeated by one of the Perez boys, Jair, back in November in his last fight and only Combate fight.
So what people might think about at home is you're trying to locate these fighters on a world map. So Irene's from Barcelona, and this fighter's from Madrid. And in Spain, there's two very famous soccer teams, Barcelona and Real Madrid. And it's a great rivalry. Not that Irene is going to fight this guy, but we have had a fighter from Barcelona face off against a fighter from Madrid. And we're thinking about going to Spain this year. We're looking into it. And the question for Combate is, do you go to Barcelona or do you go to Madrid? And if you're a baseball fan...
Tres vueltas en la división peso pluma. This bout 3 rounds in the featherweight division. Los jueces, the judges, Marcos Rosales, Wade Vieira y Brandon Saucedo. Presentado en la esquina azul, introducing the blue corner. Vestido de color azul, wearing blue trunks. His official weight, 146 3/4 pounds. Su peso oficial, 146 libras y 3/4. En su cuarto combate dentro de la jaula, con 2 victorias y 1 derrota. In his 4th bout inside of la jaula, with 2 victories and 1 lone defeat. Fighting out of San Francisco, California, Jordan Mapa. En la esquina roja, vestido de negro con rojo y dorado. In the red corner, wearing black with red and gold, he weighed in at 145 1/4 pounds. Su peso oficial, 145 libras y 1/4. En su tercero combate dentro de la jaula, con 1 victoria y 1 derrota. He enters la jaula for the 3rd time as a pro, with 1 victory and 1 defeat. Representando a la madre patria, Madrid, España, Tino, No Mercy, Gilaranz. Our referee, Edward Collantes.
Gentlemen, you received instructions in the dressing room. Recibiste tus instrucciones atrás. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Obedezca my proteger todo el tiempo.
I'm curious how you were going to finish that baseball.
Yeah,
score.
I was going to say, so like, if you have to pick between New York or Boston, you know, you're going to piss a certain number of people off on which town you pick if you're, you know, thinking about the baseball rivalry between the Red Sox and the Yankees. And there are plenty of rivalries, you know, with other teams in other places. So which one do I go to, Madrid or Barcelona? I don't know yet.
Yeah, very different cities, different communities. Opposed to Barcelona, the Catalan community, are always seeking independence, many of them, from Spain. That's a big decision on your hands.
Yep.
Make a decision. You can't
Is there a
please
third
them all.
option, like a Bilbao or a...
Bilbao has been suggested, actually. It's a great boxing city, too, a big boxing tradition.
The Basque region.
But, you know, when Basques can fight, they love to fight.
Yeah,
they're like
do.
Mexicans. They're like Irish. They drink and fight, watch fights while they're drinking, fight while they're watching the fights, drink and fight and watch fights.
Mapa in the
I'm
blue
glad I brought up
shorts.
Bilbao. My
Big,
God.
huge knee
Gilaranz hit him
from
with like
Gilaranz.
6.
Literally, Jordan Mapa shot right out of a cannon on that double leg takedown and was stuffed beautifully by Gilaranz. Got caught in a head and arm and was just throwing vicious knees.
Gilaranz in the black.
Gilaranz looks so composed.
Yeah, looking to complete a very rare Spanish double here in Combate if they can go back-to-back victories.
It's okay with me. Look, we were talking earlier about the fights that start the night. Sometimes the fights that end the night are the most exciting, too. These guys want to hit each other.
Nice stiff jab from Gilaranz that popped back the head of Jordan Mapa.
And business-wise, Campbell, back-to-back Spanish wins, and your decision may accelerate as to where you will have your Combate
Well,
España.
but you've got one Barcelona, one Madrid. I
That's
don't know
true.
how this
Oh,
helps.
they're warring factions.
Listen, here's what I want to point out. This is late at night if you're on the East Coast, right? Or whatever it is, quarter to 2. 2 weeks ago on Univision, which is the Spanish network.
Woo!
Yeah,
Mapa.
we had 300,000 people watching at this time 2 weeks ago. So DAZN audience, stick with us if you're on the East Coast. This is a great fight. You're going to like it.
Most of you are off tomorrow, I would imagine, on Saturday.
I don't know. Looks like Mapa's looking for the knockout, man.
Yeah.
All right, short
That big
left.
overhand right
Gilaranz.
was money, and that left hook is going to take somebody's chin off.
Yeah, Mapa absorbed a lot of knees, but now he is on an even keel.
Oh.
Active fighters on both sides here.
Looking for that right hand again. Trying to double it up with the jab and land that right hand.
And Mapa Got a running start before pulling back.
And Gilaranz, you can tell he's just looking to pick his shots because he knows that if he gets a little crazy, that Mapa's going to come in and blast double him again. He can't afford that to happen. He does not want to go to the ground here, so he's very careful, very patient with all of his shots. And man, what head movement, what footwork as well.
Yeah, look at this, the different, we saw the heavyweights earlier. They were a blast, they were fun to watch. They're like so slow motion compared to this. This is just so fast. This is a different kind of fun.
Yep. Tino, No Mercy Gilaranz, decorated in his home country, wrestling, sambo, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion.
Going for his own takedown.
All those at his weight class.
Needs to be careful with this guillotine here. Gets his head out, pokes his head out, great head position, looking for his own takedown, sets him down.
Suplex there as he...
Mapa trying to get back to his feet. Drag him back down to the ground, Gilaranz.
He's gonna look to give him another ride if he can. Mapa, you can see him nodding as he's hearing what the corner advises.
Mapa needs to face his opponent, but it's really difficult to do that. And he does a good job of that. Gets overhand righted right over the top by Gilaranz. No mercy.
Well, Gilaranz looking back.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
All right, so Mapa now.
You got to get out of here because Jordan Mapa's got a big right hand.
There it is. He wants to set it up again. Down Gilaranz.
Great timing.
Now 12 to 6.
12 to 6. You're talking about with that as an illegal elbow. Seemed all right.
Took the carpet right out from underneath the butt of Jordan Mapa. Gilaranz needs to keep him down here. He worked so hard for that takedown, hit the timing of it perfectly. He needs to be careful. Pass. His guard is open. Or stay there. Just keep punching. You're doing great.
Well, he started, then he stopped.
Sometimes it's hard because they have the fence as a springboard to use as balance and to use to get back up. So sometimes if you can help it, you got to pull them away from the fence so that they have nothing behind their back to use against you.
All right, we're reaching the end of round number 1. Tino Gilaranz, the better of the two, as he'll take that one big shot, Juliana, from Mapa. I think is keeping Gilaranz honest. He got a taste of it, but made sure he didn't get a second taste.
Oh, yeah. Both
All right, let me just give a shout out to Double Up Bullies. Just sent me a great Instagram message. Appreciate it. No, you can't have the Lexus, but that's a nice message.
He's giving it to me. Looks like it's going to your third child.
He drives his mother's Beamer. He doesn't need a Lexus.
All right, we get ready for a second round. Gilaranz, is he getting spoken to by the doctors? Fight is going to get stopped.
What happened?
Fight's over.
¿Qué pasó?
¿Qué pasó?
Can't see, that's scary.
Oh.
Is Mapa getting awarded the win? That is a peculiar end.
Listen, your fighter
California
safety
State Athletic
is
Commission,
way more important than a win and a loss. Like, are you ever going to be able to see again? You might have to have a major eye surgery, like Michael Bisping or something like that.
Yeah, no, you're right. Fighter safety is the whole thing. What was? I mean, was it an eye poke?
Super scratch cornea or something.
Yeah, that one punch by Mapa did the damage.
But it was a legal punch. It wasn't an eye poke.
I don't know.
We don't know yet, right? I mean, Alberto's
he's saying right now, I can't see. No lo veo.
That's Alberto Del Rio. Yeah. He's in there. He's on the fighter's side.
He's always the first guy there. Winner or loser, he is there to pick you up.
We love him.
Like JP, he knows what that view is like from the inside. He fought a guy named Kropschot, a decade ago, who was the biggest killer on the planet. 7 fights in Pride, Pan American champion.
With a Lucha Libre mask on, too.
Yeah.
No less.
No less.
And he couldn't see.
I wouldn't fight that guy with a steel mask on.
No.
Well, that's not the way that you want to win. A win is a win, however, and, fighter safety, I think, is the most important thing here.
I don't understand.
Fight's over.
I understand the fight is over. That part I did get.
And Mapa will take it.
Yeah, that's
again,
not the
he
way
was
that you
second
wanna
best
win.
in that round.
But sometimes that's the way that it goes. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yes.
I think we're going to have to go to Spain. I think we need to go there and figure out what's happening. I think we need to let Spain know. Combate loves Spain.
Can Max come? And me? Me and Max? Can me and
I'm
Max
not
go?
going without you guys.
We literally can go?
Yeah, you literally can go.
Woo!
All right, we shall see. We'll mark our calendars. We don't know when or where exactly.
Well, I got a pretty good idea.
Get your passport ready, Maximilian. We're going
I don't
to Spain.
think it's Bilbao.
No?
No, I think it's Madrid.
Madrid.
I think so.
Madrid.
We'll go to Barcelona for the weekend after, but I think it's going to be Madrid. I want to be in the capital city. It's the bigger city.
Agreed.
I want the whole country to know we're there. I love Catalonia. I'm Catalonian in my heart.
But he's Catalonia. Let it be known, he's not going to go there. He's go Madrid first.
Well,
as much as he's
go to Madrid first. It's not that I'm not going to go there.
Just trying to.
I am going to go.
Just trying to stir things up. All right, we are going to get the official decision. I will be keen to hear all the details on this one. People curious as to the reason for the stoppage, as he couldn't see, but how that affects Mapa.
Yeah, I think this is, this is one of those things where it goes on the fighter's record. It's part of what he has to work to overcome. I don't understand. If I were there, and I'm usually, as you two know, I am usually at the live event, even when you two guys are here stuck in wonderful Miami, I would be in there now just kind of putting my face into the commission's face, and, the ref, and trying to figure this out.
What's up?
Well, I think what's great is that we're going to be able to interview them and ask Jen Sturger to give us all the deets on what's going on. She is there. She is our Howla English announcer, and maybe she can give us some more insight as to what happened.
And you see the CSAC folks in there to make the decision. As Lupe getting the details as well.
Lupe has kind of a look on his face like, I look so much better than everybody else here. He just has that look.
Yeah, and he can make a tuxedo look really good. Not going tuxedo tonight, but we've seen it in the past as we go to Lupe for the officials.
All right.
Tough for Tino. Long way to come to get that decision and to get a scratch eye. We hope that obviously first and foremost that he is okay.
Damas y caballeros, la esquina roja sufre una lesión sobre el ojo derecho y después de consultar con el médico de turno, el referee Edward Collantes, para la contienda con un tiempo de 5 minutos del primer episodio. Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner suffers an injury to the right eye, and upon consulting with the ringside physician, referee Edward Collantes stops this bout with an official time of 5 minutes of the opening round. Your winner, by way of technical knockout, el vencedor por knockout técnico, fighting out of Dragon House, San Francisco, California, Jordan Mapa.
All right, 1-0 in his Combate career, 3-1 overall.
Congrats to Jordan. If I suggested it was maybe an illegal thumb, I take that back. It clearly wasn't. You were a fighter. You won by TKO. Good stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with much more action this bout. 3 rounds in the lightweight division. Los jueces, the judges, Wade Vieira, Brandon Saucedo, and Brant Philippi. In the blue corner, en la esquina azul, vestido de color azul, wearing the blue trunks. He weighed in at 153 3/4 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 153 libras y 3/4. En su 12º combate a nivel profesional, con 4 victorias, 6 derrotas y un empate in his 12th pro bout, with a record of 4 victories, 6 losses, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Bakersfield, California, Ryan Cowboy Reneau. In the red corner, wearing black with white in la esquina roja, vestido de negro con blanco. Su peso oficial, 156 libras, his official weight, 156 pounds. En su 10º combate dentro de la jaula, con 4 victorias y 5 derrotas. In his 10th pro bout inside of la jaula, with 4 victories and 5 losses. Fighting out of Alameda, California, Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor. Our referee, David Shirley.
I'm amazed how quickly Campbell can tweet. I have my laptop out, and these tweets that I hear you say are on Twitter.
I got fast clean, good fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands. Touch gloves now. Come on, ready to bang.
Who's Paul?
Let's go.
Chris Paul. Warriors beating the Houston Rockets to Game 6, so everyone in this area got to be pumped for their Golden State Warriors. But we're here to talk about fights, and there's the tail of the tape. 3-inch height advantage, 4-inch via the reach for Cowboy Reneau.
We had to do the Arena show up against the Golden State Warriors. They were a block away from us.
Oh, that's right, playing the Clippers.
Yeah.
Kind of stealing our thunder a little bit as we're underway. It is Reneau in the blue.
Taylor in the black. Both men jab at the same time. When in doubt, jab out. Ooh.
Taylor, head coach Antonio Mejia, son who does fighter over at Bellator. Some good fighting genes. And again, very entertaining. But we're entertaining outside La Jaula, entertaining at the weigh-in. What about inside?
Look for that takedown. Nice takedown defense so far by the Cowboy. And he's going to get taken down here if he can hold on to that any much longer. Yep.
Big spot for two guys in a position, a win, and you probably stick around to see another Combate card. Lose? Well, we're not sure.
See, so Reneau knew he didn't have that choke, so he switched to an underhook, which is great because you don't want to gash yourself out there in the first 30 seconds of the fight, trying to go for a choke that's not quite there. It could be, but he needs to get back up. Nicely done. Use of that underhook. Nice way to use that underhook. Looking to reverse.
Yeah, he's got a good crank on that.
Yep. Going to get now. See, so now here might be a better chance, but he's got to get that right elbow up at 12 o'clock if he wants that guillotine to be in any sort of threat to Taylor.
Patient in the setup as Taylor sits him down.
Again with a single leg takedown is Taylor, and now that is 2 takedown complete. Reneau's in trouble here.
High and low with the punches, but Reneau well covered there. So the right hand becomes a little more active for Taylor.
Reneau's doing a good job of keeping him tight so that he can't posture up and get those punches through, but he needs to get back to his feet.
All right, up and down.
You see in this these fights tonight, you've seen much more technical ground game, or at least the use of more technical ground game, distinguished from when we're in Mexico, where whether folks have that or not, they prefer to stand up and beat the crap out of each other.
Here, here.
Head and arm guillotine, that's going to be tight and hard to
Taylor's
finish.
in, well, be able to slip away.
He's going for it again. If you can hold on to that chin there, you can kind of get your feet back out and then sit to a head and arm draw. But unfortunately, he went straight to his back again.
A little separation there. Not much, Reneau not giving him much to look at, even though
He's not giving him much space, and that's great. He's taking the posture away from Taylor, making it really difficult for him to work his ground and pound. And that's important because you don't want a guy like this on top of you raining down punches.
he has the high ground, does Taylor, but looking to find some daylight. But Reneau in a defensive posture, much how we saw Jorge Calvo earlier this evening.
Okay, so use this to now Sprawl, back to your feet. Sprawl more. You have the choke. You're choking so hard. Sprawl. Get in that front head draw position. You are almost there.
Now we'll get up.
Nicely done. But now he's caught in his own head and arm, or front head draw.
Taylor likes these quarters, so he'll get right back into it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's brewing something. Not sure the benefit of either fighter. The elbows coming straight down. Got to be cautious there if you're Reneau.
And if he can't defend that takedown, it's going to be a long night for him.
Yeah, it's long.
Well,
already.
it's a long. It's 2:15 a.m. on the East Coast.
Jeez,
it's a
Come on. I stayed up late. I want to see someone get whacked. Stand him up.
The cafecitos cubanos have run their course.
Exactly.
I'm shaking.
Where are the cafecitos?
Yeah.
I only had 9.
They stopped serving it too.
Yeah, no mas.
You better chance getting
cafecitos
some
are
booze
Cuban
hour.
coffee. They are they serve them in thimbles.
Yes.
And it's sometimes referred to as liquid cocaine.
It's a very communal thing. You get the, it's called the colada, and it comes in a thing, and they have 6 little cups where you can share with you and your buddies.
Yeah. But you know what? I have a strong tolerance for caffeine, so they usually just give me the big cup.
Right.
I have to get the whole thing, and then everybody else has to share the other cups.
Yeah. How about some Footloose? We've had a good playlist here this evening, from Motorhead to Elvis. Montel
We've had
Jordan.
an eclectic playlist. I mean, I don't really see a theme to it. And I missed the
Guns N'
mariachi
Roses
band
made
playing the national anthem.
All right.
All right, here we go, round 2,
All right,
guys. Let's step it up.
Actividad 2. Vamos.
Renew. Defend the takedown.
The most active strike of this fight after a pretty stale first round. Taylor, that's his thing.
Hits his MO.
Wait a minute. I've seen this before.
That's his deal.
Campbell Combate, my Instagram. Campbell Combate, my Twitter. I still got this old Lexus. You can have it. Send me an interesting IG message.
With a Combate jacket in the back seat.
Campbell Combate. They put it up there. Come on. And let me know if you like this fight, because I'll come to your house and I will give you the Lexus.
Am I allowed to text you while I'm broadcasting on air for this
1938
Lexus?
Lexus.
A good year for Lexus.
Three on the tree. You know what that means, Max?
No.
I don't either.
Jeez. My first car was a Studebaker pickup truck.
Hello.
Three on the tree meant you had a 3-speed on the steering column. 3 on the tree.
Nice butterfly sweep by Reneau.
All right, Reneau.
That was good. I will say that was good.
It got him back
Taylor
to his
gets
feet,
right back
but he
in there.
really needs to defend this takedown with everything that he has. Please, single leg, going for a double. Jack that underhook up to the moon, Alice.
All right. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Pretty Boy Taylor looking to get that to the ground time and time again, and Reneau trying to stuff him and trying to be a little more active.
See, this is why I like Fat Ref. If Fat Ref were in there, he's breaking this up. He's standing.
AKA Raul Parata.
Raul Parata, my favorite ref. Great guy. Wonderful guy.
I just started following him on social media.
He's terrific.
All part of the makeup which makes MMA so interesting, whether it's the announcers, well, of course the fighters, the promoters. It's the refs.
Yeah.
The refs are household names.
Jason Herzog, Mike
Jason Herzog.
Beltran.
Mike Beltran, who's in,
Big John
he's in Chicago.
McCartney.
I saw him at the outside Wrigley Stadium. Wrigley Field, pardon me.
I saw some calculation that Big John in the UFC had more screen time than any other athlete in history.
Wow.
That his face
Herb
was
Dean.
on TV more.
Yeah.
Herb Dean's the man. He's a good pal.
Yeah, I like him.
Jason Herzog runs triathlons.
Jason Herzog's the real deal. He trains jiu-jitsu. He's done it all.
Yeah, don't mess with any of the refs just because they are not fighting. Don't mess. They generally know the sport inside and out and would whoop you up real quick.
And then have like special forces background, some of them, or whatever Mike Beltran has. I think he was part of the invasion of the Bay of Pigs at Cuba.
Oh.
I think he led that.
Can't bring that up in Miami.
And that's how long he's been growing that beard for.
It's a bad sign when we're talking about beards during the fight. Okay, back to the fight. Listen, JP, what do you think?
I think that Reneau needs to get an underhook to a single leg and reverse his position. You know, you're not gonna get anything here, and you have to be able to recognize, hey, I'm not gonna suck up a guillotine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, throw up a Hail Mary triangle. You got to improve your position. Get up off your back. You're not winning here.
Yeah,
That can be
also
really easier said than done, though.
The Wikipedia explanation of Combate Americas, it's stand-up combat. Yeah, if you want to stick around here.
Well, I would say it's mostly stand-up, but we saw that one great fight on the ground, right? That all 3 rounds were
Hector
active
Sandoval.
on the ground. That was a great fight. I love that fight. Mucho más acción. This is like mucho más crabs fucking. That's what this looks like to me.
Hey, we're gonna pretend you didn't say that.
Can't take that one back.
I'll say it again.
No. We're good.
Okay, so if I'm Taylor and I know that I obviously have the clear advantage on the ground, I'm working to pass, looking for the mount. I'm trying to, mount punch his face off.
That's about as offensive as what Campbell said.
Mount punch his face
Yes.
off. He's doing a great job of using the fence to help him so that Reneau is pinned up against the fence and kind of smashing him. Reneau needs to get up, though.
Yeah, by the way, Campbell, your comment about your Puerto Rico event starting to get some traction on.
Oh, I'm seeing that. My PR department is really going to give me a hard time. That's not announced. We are not doing a 16-man tournament in Puerto Rico.
What? You said
It's
Puerto
going to be
Rico
awesome.
16 in June.
No, but we're not doing it.
No.
I had too much cafecito.
Too much cafecito. Oye, Puerto Rico. ¿Qué pasa?
I love Puerto Rico. It's a great island.
It
I
is.
think the reason that one would do
the Shining Star,
a 16-man tournament there, is to show the resilience of that island. That it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get up. I do like Puerto Rico.
I think Rocky said that.
If I can change, you can change, everyone can change.
It's in the Bible.
Bam.
All right, they're getting up now.
Bam.
Oh, yeah. Do your dance now. Now you're showing up.
Come on, no, you can't do that, pretty boy.
Afro, Mike, if you're there, would you go talk to that guy? Tell him to do some of that during the fight. Listen, my Facebook page, Campbell Combate.
How about a dance-off in the 3rd round? Well, pretty boy will win that.
How many times can I give away this old Lexus?
I'm telling you, I'll take
Campbell
it.
Combate Facebook.
Let me take it off your hands for you, Campbell.
You don't want it.
I want it.
Actually, you don't want it.
I don't like the car I drive.
Do you like a Lexus?
It's not that. It's just anything's better than what I got.
You know what?
You gotta have a nice ride. What?
A Lexus it's a Japanese Mercedes. That's what it is.
It's the
Mercedes
Toyota,
is,
right?
Mercedes is soulless, and then you turn the Japanese version of it, and it's even less soulful.
All I have to say is I see this guy dancing around here. I want to see some of that dancing.
I know, no kidding. You know
got
what?
enough energy to shake your booty. You better have enough energy to finish this fight.
Bad optics.
People are texting me now. I forgot to give out my phone number. It's 917-406-2607.
Poison.
I guess a lot of people have it from the last time I gave it out, but I'm getting a lot of texts. None of them good.
All right, and back to the ground we go.
Hail Mary guillotine
Reneau,
for Cowboy Reneau. No dice.
Not today, my friend.
Looking to pass that knee is Taylor.
What happened to the dancing?
Well, that's between rounds.
They're doing it. They're doing the dancing.
This is the horizontal bop. That's a euphemism.
That's better than the crabs discussion. That was. But at this point of the evening or the morning, yeah.
I know I offended the jiu-jitsu purists.
A wee bit.
Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor trying to pour it on Cowboy
if he
Ryan
wins,
Reneau.
all of that tactics certainly would have paid off. Reneau's been on his back for the majority of these 2 rounds and 2 minutes.
And he comes from a Taekwondo background. He's been doing Taekwondo for 13 years. And then this type of fight just kind of shows.
Well, what techniques, what have we seen in Combate from Taekwondo? I mean, I'm trying to think. Taekwondo is a version of karate. Is that accurate?
I think they say it's like not a martial art. It's like a sport.
Well,
I don't know.
No, that's true. It's an Olympic sport. Some people think MMA is a mixture of 4 Olympic sports: boxing, Taekwondo, judo, and wrestling. Taekwondo in Korea is taken very seriously as a fighting form.
Yeah. I mean, some fighters have been able to be successful with that type of style, kind of like karate, Taekwondo type style, like
I guess the
that
head
Thompson guy,
kicks.
Wonder Boy, Stephen Thompson.
Yeah.
But once a guy knows how to wrestle and closes the distance in on you, you're kind of screwed. And you got to know how to wrestle and get back to your feet. And that's kind of what we're seeing. This is the tail of the tape for Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor. He's been dominant all 3 rounds, taking down Reneau at will. And I think this is just a part of the game that Reneau needs to go back to the drawing board on and work on. Now sit out to a front head draw. Exactly, that's what I've been asking for this whole time. Nice knee.
What happened? There's finally some action and the ref stops it.
He's trying to say that it was an illegal shot, that Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor had both his hands on the mat, and that was an illegal knee to the head. But I would have to see a replay.
Yeah, because it looked like his hands were coming up.
Yeah.
We saw a similar thing with Super Melly. Do you remember? Her timing on that was so. This guy's timing is maybe not as good.
Juliana's instincts as a ref are very good. Maybe you can do like a Frank Trigg and go from.
Oh, I have actually refed as well. I have pictures of me being a ref. I've refed many times.
Oh, it didn't look like a.
I was talking. I don't think his hands were on the ground though. His hands were touching Reneau.
Oh,
let's see it again. Here we go. Oh wait, is this the same fight?
No, this is
they
live.
restarted it.
Or live-ish.
But it's a nice job of the referee to, be cautious anyways.
That's all okay. I never fault a ref for failing, for going too far for safety. Mexico, the refs get booed, but.
Sit out, sprawl. Oh, gave his back.
Right.
Oh, this is
Taylor,
not a good spot.
now he can unload a bit under 2 minutes to go. But
big heavy punches. You can hear those. You can hear those. Those ones hurt. Rear naked choke. Softening him up with those big heavy blows to open up that rear naked choke. But
Turtle
is a warrior, and he's not going to give up. He's not going to stop. The referee should come around on this side just to, you want to stop the fight.
Listen, we've got the Albuquerque tickets are on sale. That's going to be fabulous. A lot more interesting in this fight. You can go to our website, check that out. I tell you what, if you're watching this fight and you want to go to the Albuquerque fight, God bless you. At Campbell Combate Instagram. Follow me, message me. I'll give you great tickets to the Albuquerque fight.
There you go. And
if
by
you're
the way,
on now, you're on. Or call, or you text me, 917-406-2607. Someone just said, is this really you? Yeah, this is fucking me. This is really fucking me. I give out my number. I always have. If you want the tickets, oh, this is a freaky pic. No, whoever sent me that picture, don't do that again.
Give us a look.
It's a video of some sort of Superman.
By the way, New Mexico is a lovely place.
That's weird, right?
Santa Fe, Taos, yeah. Maybe not. Maybe June you won't be able to do any skiing, but plenty of
skiing.
Hiking,
but it's going to be a great fight, great venue. Campbell Combate if you want tickets.
By the way, Sonny Luque there, cage side along with Jed Sturgeon. Good job from everyone down there. Our entire crew on the ground in Stockton.
Ryan, Cowboy Reneau needs to go for broke or go home.
Well,
20 seconds
that
less,
ship may have sailed.
Less than 20 seconds. Way to weather the storm, though. He didn't ever give up.
Was ever asking me if this really is me on myself? This is really me.
Yeah, well, you don't have to text that person back. They can hear you over the air.
Break clean, guys. Break clean. Time over time. Time.
Time.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think they both lose. Now he's dancing. They both lose.
Oh, boy.
I've just heard from a very good Korean friend of mine that Taekwondo is definitely... Oh, my God. All right, yes, this just in from a good Korean friend of mine. Taekwondo is most definitely a martial art, you moron. All right, thanks for the sentiment.
I'm staying alive. And maybe the big question of the night, as Juliana put it, who's Paul? We wrap up our night in Stockton. We'll be back, Stockton. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll be back. I just got this message. This is great. If this is really Campbell, you are a G. That's a gangster. Nice job keeping it real on the commentary. Combate Americas is the Yo. Combate Americas is the and that means it's good.
Thank you very much.
I want to give a shout out to Jake and NYC. Thanks for sticking with us. Sorry about this last fight. No disrespect to the fighters, but sometimes you got to bring it. It's not enough to go dancing around between rounds.
Yes, sometimes it's not. Hey, there's some good fights tonight. This one
great
maybe
fights
not amongst them.
Great night. Irene, a big win. A lot of stuff.
Right on. So we have a lot to digest on the other side of what we saw tonight, including a potential big fight in Puerto Rico, big card for Combate, a big fight somewhere in Spain. It seems that Campbell is leaning towards Madrid. Barcelona also in there.
I didn't take a point.
Barcelona.
It didn't actually affect him. Because he had his right knee down. And
We're in some inner dialogue there. Stockton.
But it didn't phase him though, so I didn't take a point.
I know.
How did it look like it affected
All right, so we'll get the official decision here from Lupe Contreras, and we will wrap it up from Stockton. And we will see you in 3 weeks in Peru.
Estas son las cifras oficiales de los jueces. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, the official scorecard reads as follows. El juez Vieira, 30-25. Judge Vieira scores it 30-25. Saucedo, 30-26. Judge Saucedo scores it 30-26. Y el juez Philippi anotó 30-27. Judge Philippi scores it 30-27. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Los tres a favor del ganador por decisión unánime. The pretty boy, Anthony Taylor.
Look at him.
He's pretty. He's so pretty.
He's so pretty. He has his own name tattooed on his abs.
A lot of dancing.
All right. You never get to say this too often. From Stockton, next time we'll see you, Lima, Peru. That's how Combate Americas rolls. It's been a pleasure to be with you. Stockton putting on a great show on behalf of everyone there in Stockton. All the good stories that developed on behalf of the folks that called the fights. Art Izquierdo, our producer. Campbell McLaren, Juliana Peña, I'm Max Pretos.